So let's see if we're online and everything's working fine. Haven't been streaming in a long time. But this is looking pretty good on the dashboard. So let's get going with Elex. There we are. Not sure if my audio settings are all right, but they should be, at least from what I can see here. So anyone in chat, please tell me. Anyway, this game is currently 60% off on GOG.com, which means it's less than 20 euros for the base game, and I think 2 euros something for the digital extras, which is well worth getting. And we're going to do a new playthrough, start a new game, and let's see where we can get to today. Game. I usually choose normal difficulty. I don't actually know what difficult and ultra are doing to you, because the game is already very difficult. You could play it on easy and still find it difficult, particularly in the beginning. So that's that, but let me just check really quick. Tapping out in another game is not the best idea. Loop. So it worked. Let's get back into it. And let's start the game.
Magaland. Home to a civilization of millions. Until the comet hit. Earthquakes shattered its cities. Firestorms swept the planet. And as Magaland fell into darkness, the survivors faced a world that was unrecognizable. Fighting amongst the ruins of the old world, new factions arose. The Berserkers, the Clerics, the Outlaws, each with their own vision of the future. But it wasn't only the struggle for scarce old world resources that drove them, for the comet had brought something new. Elex, an element unknown to Magaland. It could fuel technology, change the evolution of life, open new abilities to those with the will to control it. For the Clerics, it drove new technological innovation. For the Outlaws, drugs to free their minds. To Berserkers, it gave the power of magic. Seduced by Elix's power, some began to consume it. Addicted, overwhelmed, most degenerated into vicious, mindless mutants. But there were some who could control their addiction. To them, at the cost of their emotions, Elex offered strength, focus, and stamina. These people called themselves the Albs. Seemingly unstoppable, the Albs have waged war on all who will stand between them and their need to obtain Elex. Advancing from the frozen wastes of Zakor and their fortress ice palace, the Albs threaten the future of all the factions on Magaland. Now, as Alb forces prepare their final assault, Jax, renowned Alb commander, is sent on a solo mission. One Alb, selected to change the fate of Magaland.
Hey Hednix, welcome to the stream. How are you doing on this fine day? Okay.
Jax, you failed your mission. You know our directive. There can be only one consequence for failure.
You can hear that. There's really not much I can do about it. Then maybe the microphone up a little bit, but
I should be dead. I better move before they come back to finish the job. And I better find a weapon.
this game does stretch my PC a little bit. Not in terms of performance, but particularly the CPU fan is going up really high. I'm playing this. Some arrows. A pipe as a weapon. Some plants. With games like this, in general Piranha Bytes games, it's always like you really should search the area and find everything that you can find. And pick it up. Not that everything is all that useful, but you might need it later. And you never know. What's that?
I must have been here for days. Elex is gone for my sister. I feel weak. Think, Jax. My weapons, my armor. Did Calyx take them? No. If Calyx had seen I was still alive, he would have finished the job. It was someone else.
Oh no, it isn't a Linux game, it only runs on Windows.
If Calyx returns, or if the deserters find me, I'll be dead for sure. Maybe I could find something useful in there.
Healing potion, mental energy reserve. Always funny that you find that this early.
I look like one of the free people. There mustn't be a scrap of Elex left in my body.
You three, one of my crony units. Looks like it took a lot of damage in the crash. That's unsalvageable. I'm wondering where crony U4 is. If it's still active, then I might find it here in the den. Finding that drone would be helpful. I can't repair this.
Nope, I can't repair this, but let's see. Let's just create a new save game. Doop. Let's call it screen 1. Doop. You can see that I've played this game quite a lot, and it's the single most played game that I have on GOG. About 116 hours of playtime. Did two full playthroughs. One as Berserker, one as Cleric, and I think we're going for the Clerics in this playthrough as well. Because they just are my favorite faction. Oh, come on. Those biters are pretty dangerous in the beginning. Elex, some water bottles, some arrows. I'm really going for is this thing. Adventurous Amulet, which is really, really good. It's a really good item. Oh, check. Oop. There you go. Because it gives you lockpicking and armor. And lockpicking is a rather important skill in this game. But you don't want to overcommit on training it. Because there are other skills that are also very important. So everything that you can get through this amulet is really, really good. And plus 5 armor is not bad either, particularly in the beginning. That's where we started. But Underscores, you do have a Windows machine as far as I know. So you could play it on there. And your PC is just as good as mine, so it should run flawlessly. Let's see, I think we get everything that we can get here. Yeah, we won't use that quick slot. I don't know why that message keeps popping up. Some scrap, some arrows, and a cultivator bow. Nice. Nugs, yellow gemstone. Those gemstones are really, really important. At least in my opinion. There are people who say that the gemstones really don't help you all that much, but I think that the features they give you are pretty damn nice. There's an arrow there. Oh. Oops. Whoa. That actually was a mission.
The old world. That's all that's here. I'd better move on.
Soup. Yeah, that's one of the things that I never liked about this game, that you can't get stuff like chairs and focus. There's nothing that you can gain from sitting on a chair. Like that, and then you just sit down. It is a little bit annoying. Bones. Ah. See what I mean? Need to get used to that again. Shotgun shells. You're not going to find a shotgun either for a long time. Map pieces. Those things are quite funny. I once did the whole mission about those map pieces. And it's not easy without a guide. We will admit that. It's just a side mission. You don't really have to do it. But I was like, yeah, I want to know everything there is to know about the game, and then I just looked it up. To see where I can actually... Oh, come on. As long as the game is happy, I'm happy. Electronic scrap, elixit, and small mana potion and an oil lamp. The weird thing is that people never want to believe me that picking up stuff like oil lamps and mugs and all of that you can really do nothing with is indeed important. Because while they only give you like 5 gold or something, or 1 gold, that matters in the end. Because gold is a really, or elixit rather, is a really limited resource in this game, so you should be collecting everything that you can, and there's no inventory limit, so why not? And just look how beautiful this world is. I love the world in this game, it's just so cool.
Territory. What was Calyx doing here so far from Zacor?
If I want answers, I need to find him. And, for that, I'll need weapons and equipment.
Give me a bow. Bows are actually rather decent ranged weapons in this game. They're not the strongest ones, but they also do not... Oh, there's a cigarette there, I can see it. No, maybe not. But you also don't need as many high attributes to get them, which is really nice.
Evacuation sequence initiated. Remain calm and proceed to the indicated exits immediately. Follow all instructions from service personnel. Thank you for your visit to the observatory.
So let's see.
Jetpack. Finally some luck.
When I first came here, I didn't even see the jetpack there.
Now, all I need to do is find a way out, cross kilometers of enemy territory, find out why my brother tried to kill me. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Healing potion. Scrap. Decent torch. Small healing potion. Oh, locker room with toilet paper. I always say keep one piece of toilet paper with you, because you can always need it. And again, toilet paper is a resource that you can... Oh, there was nothing there, I think. Then we have the chest, which gives us our first armor and a small healing potion. Plus 3 armor, that's good. Oh, we're also not quite as naked as we used to be before. Metal scrap. Tape. The game does kind of force you to run around like an idiot at times, but it's well worth it. Right meat, it's good. Oh, come on. Cigarette, there we go. You find a lot of cigarettes in this game. I never even try to smoke them, because you will usually just sell them right away. They're worth 1 Elexit. And you find so many of them that you just want to get rid of them and get the money. Because like I said, money is really what matters.
Edan, the land of the Berserkers. If they recognize me, they could finish Calix's job for him.
Let's pop up to that guy. Ouch.
Come on, get up. If you're gonna make a habit of attacking people without warning, you should get better at it. I heard you before you even left the ruins.
Someone tried to kill me. They stole my armor and my equipment. Then I find you here waiting to finish the job.
First you attacked me, then you accused me of being a thief and a murderer. If I wanted you dead, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Trust me. You need to apologize.
Prove you're not a thief. I might trust you. Only facts matter, not words.
Trusting people quickly out here is as good a way to get killed as walking around without a decent weapon. Which means you just got very, very lucky. I can help you find a safe place and new equipment. If you stop trying.
Oh, hey, the Gross. Welcome to the stream. How are you
That's
doing?
my job. I look for people out here and help them reach goals.
Ja, ich meine, ich könnte den Stream auch auf Deutsch machen, aber dann würde mich keiner verstehen, ne?
I want this war to be over. Until then, Goliath needs more people to survive. And people need a safe place to go. Well, a safer place than being out here on your own. But you're welcome to stay and risk being picked up by an Alb raiding party. Between them and the rot wars, you won't live long. Say,
He's not wrong on
didn't
that.
see anyone else up there in the ruins, did you? You're the first person I found this trip, and it would save me a trip up there to check.
Let's just
Save
stick
yourself
with
the
the truth.
effort. There's no one up there.
Well, you got really lucky. An Albrader crashed a few days ago, and their scouts came through looking for it. Trust me, you don't want to run into a party of owls. But, hey, enough talk. You need to decide what you're gonna do. I'm going back to Goliad. You can come with me if you like. Safety, security, and you can find work to earn enough to buy equipment. If you want a chance to survive, it's the best offer you'll get. That's why I joined the Berserkers. Out here, drifting and hoping to stay alive. I knew it was only a matter of time before my luck ran out.
Yep.
I know joining a faction doesn't appeal to everyone, but it gave me purpose. And what have you got to lose right now? Nothing from what I can see.
I will come with you. That doesn't mean I trust you.
Yeah, that's reach, the growth. Reichweite is reach. What the Donnerska said is German streams simply don't have the same
Every
reach.
choice you make adds up in this world. The way you speak to people will determine your course in life. Just take a look at yourself. No armor, no weapons, no companions. You've not exactly succeeded in life, have you? Well, all that changes today. Whatever you've done before, your life can start again. A new beginning. When the next Alb raiding party comes down from the north looking for Elex, the people of Goliad will defend you. You won't see the inside of a converter with us to protect you. Instead, you'll get a chance to prove yourself. To join us.
Why do you want to help me?
Ah, I see.
Like I said, Goliad needs people. Warriors, cultivators, hunters, storekeepers. Whatever your skills, we can find a place for you.
To just take people.
in.
If you stay, you'll have to earn your place. But be you cleric, outlaw, or owl, that's true everywhere. Sure, you'll get given orders and you'll have to follow the law, but it's not like you have things easy out here. Look, we can keep talking, but at some point, you gotta decide. So, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna stay here, or come with me?
Yep.
Your actions and words seem to match.
I don't think you can actually stop him from coming with you, but either way, why
Yes, well, I'll take that as a compliment.
why wouldn't you go with him?
You won't regret it. Combat, magic. If those interest you, then the Berserkers offer training to people who join their ranks. We'll make a warrior of you. We should get going. This is Rotborg territory. You won't last long if a pack of them turn up here. Follow me to Goliad, and you can earn the Elex to buy armor and supplies. Trust me, you'll need them.
Oh, you can't kill him, trust me.
I want to find it.
Well, for anything stolen near here recently, I would start with Ray. He's an outlaw I found out here a few days ago. Very jumpy. Definitely looking for something.
Where do I find him?
Huh. I don't know. He disappeared off to the northeast. I'm guessing he went back to Tabar. But, hey, I wouldn't rush after him. He's probably sold your armor by now.
I will come with you to go. Lead the way.
You follow me. And if we lose each other for any reason, you'll find Goliad to the east, the foot of the mountain. Just look for the light from our mana shrine. You can see that from a good distance away. Oh, and the name's Duras. Pleased to meet you.
Just lead the way.
Very well. And keep up. Keep your eyes
I
open.
honestly never saw that
Way to
mana
raid a
shrine
hunting
from
ground to
far
find
away.
local wildlife. And neither of us want to end up as Rotborg food. Let's go.
You do find a better weapon here, yeah. Rusty axe and some healing potions. Let's look this up. Oop. And armor 1. Yeah, damage 22 instead of 20. That's good enough for
You
me.
ready to go on?
Hey, Monster Cookiemon! Welcome to stream. How you doing? Up the game sound. Okay, wait, give me a chance to do so. Let's get it up here. It's better now.
Okay. Watch your step. I've never come through this area once without getting attacked.
I have an erection symptom.
Let's keep.
All right.
Sorry if I'm skipping some of the side dialogues, I think.
Let's go.
them just rambling about stuff is not all that important.
We should get moving.
What are the ruins over there?
Remnants of the old world. A reminder that the past can be left behind.
If it's so...
Magalan almost died when the comet hit.
Yep, did.
A living, breathing planet turned to ash and dust. But the Berserkers are using their magic to bring our world back to life. Just look around you. Udam is the greenest place on Magalan.
True, I wasn't aware of
We
that
need more
either.
people. And they offer anyone who comes the same chance to start over. We should move on. One downside of all this plant life is that you can't see the rot boards coming.
Can we find anything?
Maybe. Maybe. A group of clerics came through this area a few days ago. A scouting party reconnoitering Goliath. Well, that was their plan.
Mm-hmm. It was
Instead,
the plan.
they ran into a group of rot boars. Got chased into those ruins and haven't come out.
Yeah,
Eaten by rot boars?
that's what they're for, warrior.
That is no death for a warrior.
Concern for an enemy. Well, you're right. No one deserves that death. I wish more people would look for common ground instead of shouting our differences. Why haven't you joined a faction?
I literally didn't have a chance to do so.
I have no interest in factions. I cannot decide whether to join a faction out here.
A berserker, you mean?
Let's go on.
I did on my last
Well,
playthrough.
we have a choice to make. You're short of equipment. We could see if the clerics have left any in the ruins.
Oh, gee, Konkan. Mm-hmm.
You want us to go into the...
That's up to you. But there's a risk to that. So, maybe we should just head straight for Goliath. I better warn you that the creatures in there won't take prisoners. It would definitely be safer to bypass them for now. So, what do you think? Shall we risk entering the ruins?
Not really, no. People like to say that because the reason why they say that is the clerics actually have access to laser guns and plasma guns and all that in their store. So you don't have to find them, you don't have to go out kill Alps to get them. You can literally just get all your stuff that you need to and buy it in their store. Now the problem with that is, first of all, bows become rather strong in the end. So especially in the late game, the weapons that you have, if you upgrade them to the maximum, they are strong enough no matter what weapon you use. If you're using a bow, it doesn't matter. You can get a bow strong enough to do what you want it to do. And of course a laser gun or a plasma gun will be stronger, but it doesn't matter all that much. And another thing is the magic of the berserkers is actually really, really good. Yeah, exactly the growth. And the magic that the berserkers get is really, really good. If you're really into skilling your character and getting those abilities up, then your magic is just fine. The psi abilities of the clerics is pretty much useless. They're just crap. Can't help it. And like I said, in the end, the game is really difficult in the beginning, and by the time you join a faction, you can skill up your character and get equipment that is so good that the small differences really don't matter anymore. But we will go into the ruins.
A brave choice. Opportunities are there to be seized. Those clerics should be around here somewhere.
I actually don't remember the game giving me that many tutorial hints in the beginning. Oh, I don't think so either. Damn it. This is new. This must have come with an update or something. Because the game definitely didn't hold my hand that much when I started the game the last time.
Not now. Let's...
Sorry. Didn't want to get a mutant sleeve because mutant sleeves matter. Oh fuck. Even a clumsy rock ball is still a dangerous rock ball. This is good stuff. Teleporters in this game are so useful.
Are you ready to go on?
Looks like someone used this as a camp before now. Maybe I could use it.
Let's go.
This place will come in handy.
There's a dead cleric. Sleeping bag. Propaganda. No, 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 no. But I mean, honestly, there are so many multiplayer games out there these days. I don't think Piranha Bytes needs to make one.
Are you ready to go on?
And a rusty axe that we can sell, a large healing potion, a locker with Elex inside.
Let's go.
The mission report and another dead cleric. Anything that. Oh, don't. Nice.
We should get moving. These ruins look like they were some sort of machine shop in the old world.
Nope.
You know about the old world.
Only what I've learned on my travels.
Ruins and wreckage. The old world is irrelevant.
Irrelevant? It's where we all came from.
Yep.
The Berserkers want to grow the world back to what it was. The other factions pick through its bones, hoping to find the technology it left us.
Upsala. Bundle of old world money. Healing potion. Let's turn off the radio because it's annoying. Cleric prayer book. That's a recipe. For small energy reserve. Okay. So let's see. I don't think there was one back here. What you have to do now is you practically have to find all the clerics, pick up their guns. I think the last one was a little bit dangerously out here. Yeah, there's the last gun, it's not the cleric with the gun. I can go back there and say, hey, found these.
I found these.
Elex technology. It's forbidden to Berserkers. Officially, you're supposed to hand it in when you arrive in Goliath. But that'll be your choice. Just don't go flashing those weapons around when we get back, okay? Some Berserkers are really strict about the laws. Others are more lenient. You see, we leave the Alves and the clerics to rely on machines. Any damn, we use magic.
Oh yeah, Hop. That's a game I still have to try out, actually.
Do you often find clerics in Edan?
All the factions come here. For intel, for resources. We all take from each other. At least it's just rage from the clerics for now. There have been wars in the past. And it does seem like there are some clerics who want to repeat those mistakes. Take us back into open warfare.
Lies. Let's just end this and let's see. We haven't checked out everything in here. Like, I don't want to go down there because back there are some really strong enemies and I think over there as well. I just want to see what's going on here. Nope, nope, nope. Also down there you get into their territory, but down there was another thing. Let's use, because I'm pretty sure you can't see anything and I can't see anything either, so let's see where that was. A gemstone. Old coin. Where are the usable items? Doop, 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 doop. That's food, that's plants. Ah, there you go. Magnesium torch. You can see a little bit more. Picklock. Cologne. Small white gemstone, that's good. Some soup. I think that's about it. Going out here, remember, was not the best idea. The dark places in this game are really dark. Nothing you can do about that. Just want to check if I really picked up everything. Yeah, I think so. So. Get that done. Let's go to Goliath.
Let's go on.
Right. Follow me.
You say there were Alps in this area. How long ago was that?
The raider crashed a week ago.
Shadow Tactics
Quiet
is a
since
great
then.
game.
Well, apart from the scouting party on the edge of the forest. It feels
Yeah,
like
same here.
something
The
serious
new
brewed up
bundles and
there
the
in
new
Zaytor.
sale, I pretty much have
And
all
that's
of
bad
them.
news for us all.
I mean, I have nearly 1,000 games on GOG, so I think I own half the full library.
I'll get this one. I'll get this one.
So that's that. What's up?
Are you ready to go on?
Yeah, just keep going.
I'll get this one.
I find these slowdowns rather annoying, to be honest. I need to find out if I can deactivate that, because it's just really stupid. Oh, that was not good. So I actually want to go in there. Hey! Run away. The reason for going in here is later in the game, when you actually go into the base of the Berserkers, there will be much stronger enemies around this area, and you don't really want to tangle with them by yourself. Tape. Magnesium torch.
We need this damn thing, but these mutants are everywhere. There! There, you hear that? They're coming from above. Hey, you idiots! Move your asses and get them!
Can you find stuff like that, store important items? Or not store important items, but items that will tell you a little bit of the backstory of what the people here are doing or were doing before they died. And that's really cool. In general, trying to explore the world by yourself and just trying to find as many documents and tape recordings. There's a really nice side quest in this game. Oh, and there's Ruby. Not looking all that fresh anymore. Scrap. New Metroidvania, okay. Yeah, I don't know, the games that... I'm normally really into side-scrolling action-adventure games, and Metroidvanias really are side-scrolling action-adventure games, right? But most of the time when a game has the Metroidvania tag on it, it tends to be a little bit weird. Oh, another dead outlaw. And going there gives us a nice boost in terms of Elex, and you get a little bit of story items and stuff like that. Not sure if there's anything over there. Let's find out. It's flooded. What I'm really waiting for is the PC release of Monster Boy, which is a new game that's coming out. They're going to release it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox first, and I think Nintendo Switch even, which made a lot of people angry, which I can actually fully understand. It's quite annoying. That they wouldn't do the PC release in sync with the console releases, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Like I said, I'm still waiting for it because it's probably going to be a really good game. Basically the spiritual successor of Wonder Boy and Monster World, which is one of my favorite games. I streamed it on my channel way back when. So that's going to be interesting. I can't wait for it. But the PC release is set for 2019, I think January or something like that. And the console release is next month, pretty much. So like I said, not the best move by the developers to postpone the PC release, but as long as we're getting it, I don't know. They have to live with losing a bit of money, not me.
You should be able to make your way on alone from here. You can find supplies and get yourself back on your feet at
Level up.
Goliath. And then, the choice will be yours.
So I can just leave whenever I want.
You should try to get a better weapon and some armor before heading into the wastelands, but that's up to you. Have a look around our community.
Yeah, like I said to Gross, I personally don't mind it too much. I still find it rather unfortunate.
They try to kill us, so we kill them.
But overall, when the game comes out, I will definitely get it, because it is a Wonder Boy game, right? And we haven't had a good Wonder Boy game in ages, except for the Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap remake.
Do you think the Separatists will help you fight the elves?
Maybe these
But that was
separatists
came out, I
will
think,
join
last
free
year.
people.
And it was a remake, it was a great remake, it's a great game. So Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap remake on GOG,
Defeat the owls.
you should definitely get it, in my opinion.
For now,
But a new game, a completely new game that plays like that and just has this true side-scrolling action-adventure feeling to it, that's going to be really interesting and fun.
that makes them jumpy, so I'd be careful around them. They're suspicious of everyone. Well, we have reached Goliath, but this is only the start of your journey. Look for me once you've settled in. You'll find me up at Warlord Ragnar's stronghold at the top of Goliath.
Yeah, I honestly hope that we got through all the tutorials now, because they're rather annoying. Like I said, I don't remember that when I last played the game. Must have come with an update. Furthermore, here you can also see like your mission objectives. Where the places are, that's where the horde is of the clerics. That's a dome city. Goliath itself, and that's where the outlaws are, the fort. Oh yeah, the floaty controls, actually that's something you have to get used to with most of the older Sega games. It's not that they're actually very precise, right? But it doesn't feel like, for example, Super Mario Brothers, for example. It just feels different, and I've played so many Sega games. I have a Master System here. I have the original game actually. That I'm just got very much used to it, right? It feels very natural to me once you get into it, and to the fact that that all the stuff is going to slide a little bit and going to move a little bit more. But when you press a button, your character will do exactly what you're telling him to do, so that's fine. But that's the thing with Sega games in general. They were always like that. And I personally like it a lot.
You can stop there. In the name of the Hooded Crows, and with the power invested in me by the warlords of Goliath, I hereby challenge you to state who you are and what you want. You should know that Goliath is eternally vigilant in its search for elves.
Dura sent me here.
Yep.
Oh, you're one of Duris's hand-me-ons, are ya? You better think about reporting to Ragnar, or one of the other warlords when you get there. They'll check you're not an Alb spy. All right. You can go in, but all weapons must remain sheathed. Start anything, and a paladin will turn you to ash faster than you can say,
Oh, I see.
I wish that Duras guy hadn't sent me here. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I personally say give it another try if you feel like it. But of course, if you... I can't make you like a game that you don't like, right? It's just the way it is.
Then I welcome you in the name of the Berserkers.
So, click a little bit through this guy.
We are the warrior clan of the Berserkers. Our warlord Ragnar, proven in battle, worthy defender of gold.
Yeah, to me personally, the Wonder Boy games are just so special because if you didn't grow up with games like that, it's a little bit difficult to really get into this whole retro gaming thing, right? I'm not a person who is just in for the nostalgia or because it's the latest craze to play old games or something like that. That's really not what I like to do. I do like games that are genuinely enjoyable, even if you didn't grow up with them, even if you don't have the retro lens on. And to me, the Wonder Boy games were the first games that I could just pop in my Master System and play them. No guides needed, no videos had to be watched. I could just play them, enjoy them, and get somewhere, right? And that was what I liked so much about them. With other games, like if you play the original Legend of Zelda game and you haven't really played it before, you haven't seen any videos or anything, you're lost right from the beginning because you have no clue what to do. You have no clue where to go, and the more you try, the more you're going to fail. And that's something I never really liked. So despite everybody generally praising the original Legend of Zelda, I don't think it's all that much of a good game if you're looking at it from today's perspective. But that's just me. And probably people are going to crucify me for saying that.
Who's in charge?
Weren't you listening? As long as Thor, the great pilgrim and master of all magic, is away on retreat, Ragnar, warlord of the Hooded Crows, is in charge.
Yeah, that Drog guy, by the way, is not really a nice guy. He does help you a little bit in the beginning, telling you stuff.
I wouldn't go knocking on his door unless you're serious about joining us. But you might get lucky and see him in the lower quarter. He likes to keep an eye on things personally.
Right, got it.
That's why Duras sent you here? To be recruited? You better join us and not the outlaws if you want to live.
That's
Follow
true.
the laws, impress people, and Ragnar might see fit to let you become a berserker. Break the laws, and we'll break you.
So, your leader Thorold is not in the city?
No. Master Thorold, the pilgrim, glorious, great, and wise,
And
has
wise.
gone into retreat. There he seeks answers.
I personally don't think it's all that
There he
wise,
will
but
return to bring us victory.
that's just my
He will
personal
return
opinion.
as soon as his mission is successful. Until then, he has given Warlord Ragnar command of Goliath.
Okay, I've got it.
Sounds like you're
It sounds
expecting
like
trouble.
you're expecting trouble.
Outlaws, clerics, and now the Alps starting wars, and that's before we talk about mutants. Where have you been if you don't think there's trouble in the world? But don't worry, you'll be safe here.
Oh, you had a map.
No Alps getting past me.
That's interesting.
Is there somewhere I can stay in Goliath?
Maybe down by the tavern or with the cultivators.
I always thought you had
Try
to
the
paint a
lore.
map by hand for the
There's
game.
room there for honest men. Pay your way, or work for your stay, and you'll be welcome. We are the protectors of Magaland, and we welcome all free people.
So, what can I do during my stay?
Can you handle a weapon?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you'll find work. We're short of people since the attacks began.
Yeah, but like I
This
said,
place
I
doesn't
personally
sound
never
too
really
safe.
got anywhere in
Where is
Legend of Zelda. I mean, I
the
did
Alps
get
looking to
through the
tear
first
down
dungeon
the
that
whole world?
later found out actually was the first dungeon you were supposed to go to. And I did manage to get a little bit of other stuff done, but
Everyone's
overall it
looking
always
for
felt
the
like an
Alps.
extreme
Workers,
uphill
cultivators,
struggle
warriors.
to get
We're
anywhere.
all looking for more hands. You'll need to earn your place.
But in the Wonder Boy games, you really just had to get used to how the way the game plays, really, that's it.
Noted.
Good. Because the last guy who tried buying things here with unicorn balls ended up eating his own.
I think there was a new dialogue as well, because I never got that before. So, now we're in the Berserker camp. And the one thing we'll try to do is we're going to activate as many quests as we can.
Oh,
There are
really?
no time-based quests in this game that I'm aware of.
Even half of that is
At least not in
true.
the beginning. But first things first, let's check out.
Another incomer. Are you here to trade, fight, or just add another mouth to the masses? Because unless we get help, I don't know how we're going to keep feeding the people we've already got here.
Yep.
They are supposed to be able to conjure stuff up with their magic, but can they do that with supplies? Can they magic up the food we need?
Oh, I see.
No, they can't.
Well, that never happened to me. Magic up supplies. Getting the help you
It doesn't
deserve.
sound like you're getting the help you deserve.
Getting lost in One More Boy. I think the only time I got lost was when I didn't realize I actually got my hands on the amulet that allows you to break rocks, certain rocks, and that there was a area underwater where I had to go to where I could now break rocks and move on to kill the pirate dragon. And there is one way to soft dead end yourself in Wonder Boy 3 The Dragon's Trap. One soft way. There was another way that you could dead end yourself, which was, I think, more or less a bug of the remake, because I haven't been able to do that in the original, but they removed that hard, and there's the one soft way that I actually managed to do to quote-unquote dead end myself, that I did manage to get myself out of, but it was rather picky and rather dangerous to do so, but in the end I still managed to get out of
You
it.
can take a look at our stock.
So there's
Selection
virtually
is
no way
more
to dead end
limited
yourself
than
now
I'd
in
like,
Wonder Boy.
But it's what we have. Of course, if we weren't besieged by outlaws, albs, and we're still pen-pushing bureaucrats, I could offer you more.
I need...
I can't help you there. You can only get that sort of thing from our blacksmith. But he'll only sell to berserkers.
Lies.
And even if you're a berserker of the right rank, he will make sure it costs you.
That's true.
How much?
A good few shards for sure. But if you've worked your way up through the ranks to be eligible, you should have earned a lot on the way. And the more hands
That's
we
another
have
lie.
working
You
in
never
Goliath,
make
the more
enough
chance
money
I
to
have
buy
of
all the
getting
stuff
that
in this
full-time.
game. Yeah, you can't do stuff like that when you don't have the charisma, and I don't have it.
It sounds...
Oh, I wish it was only one. But let's start with the Ison clan, promising me regular deliveries from the Valley of the Damned, and then failing to get them for me. It's time Master Thorold returned from his retreat to put this right. But like everyone else, it seems like he has plans greater than, say, making sure everyone gets fed. If we don't get that food, we'll be living on hope and fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Then, why should you care if our warlords don't?
Okay, enjoy your day at work, Rose, and thank you very much for joining.
Can I help?
You? Well, not one to turn down that sort of offer. My only motive is to keep people fed.
I like her.
If I'm going to achieve that, I need someone to talk to Angrim. I need someone to persuade him how serious the situation is. These warriors seem to think that fighting is the only thing that matters. But let's see them try fighting when they've not eaten for a week. Can you
Yep.
tell Angrim that's how bad it is? But if we don't start getting boxes of supplies, then the only thing he'll have to eat is boxes.
It's boxes.
Where can I find...
Pilgrim has been gone for so long, I'm not sure anyone knows where he is.
I know where he is, but I've never tried to actually go there right in the beginning of the game.
He left. All we know is that his leaving has something to do with Elex and mana. But what exactly, I don't think anyone knows.
I will speak to...
Thank you. My hunters are doing their best. But we can't get by without those food supplies from the valley.
Can we trade?
Look around.
So let's see, what does she have? Yeah, you can already see here, and you have stuff like, I think we actually have a hatchet, yeah. That number is what I have, and that's the supplies she has. And you can already see if you want to equip weapons, you need strength and constitution. However, and that's one important thing about this game, strength and constitution mean nothing else than, yes, you can equip this, yes, you can learn a certain skill, but you do not get stronger by increasing your strength. You get stronger by increasing your level, you get stronger by equipping better weapons, but you do not get stronger by increasing your strength, you do not get more HP or stamina by increasing your constitution, and that's something that's very important to know, that you really only have to increase those stats if you have a better weapon. If you want to learn a certain skill, that's important, because the skills are what matters, and that's pretty much the deal with it. So, and that's the selling part, where you can actually sell stuff. For example, I can sell that. I will definitely sell that iron bar, because it's worth a little bit. Not sure if I'm going to sell this one just now. We definitely need that. And then you have liquor. I'm going to keep that. But there was cigarettes and bones. I can just sell... Cigarettes come down here, yeah. Like 1 mark, 1 fine carb. I usually keep 1 of each item, that's just me. Except for the cigarettes, I'm just selling them right away. Yeah, look at that, that's just 232 Elexit. And suddenly it's not looking all that bad for us, isn't it? It's a trade. And we do have a tiny bit of money that's going to help us out in the beginning. So let's first go upwards. That's the pub.
So,
That's the big boss.
what is your crime?
What?
I am Warlord Ragnar, patron of this berserker settlement, while Master Thorold is on pilgrimage. Anyone who commits a crime must answer to me. Emissaries from the other communities also have to speak to me first. So, are you an emissary? Why are you here? Speak.
I'm nobody.
I am nobody.
Ah, well, you have guts enough to simply stroll in here. So either you are crazy, damn brave, or simply foolish. So you had better think very carefully about your next answer. Again, what exactly do you want here?
I'm
I'm
looking
looking
for
for work.
You can prove yourself by helping the people of Vidan. There is more than enough work to go around. So if you want to be tolerated here, you must follow my rules. These rules are very simple. You harm the people.
Oh, and they make you pay.
If you serve the community, you will receive fair compensation for it. I hope we understand one another, because if not, you will have to answer to me. Is that clear?
You're the boss.
You're the boss.
Yes, correct.
I always like in any Piranha Bytes game how they move around with their heads and their arms and stuff like that. Totally doesn't match what they're saying.
Master Thorold. What kind of man is he?
Thorold is not here at the moment. The warlords are in charge of the day-to-day running, though all owe their allegiance to him, the Pilgrim. He has taken it upon himself to go into retreat, seek the answers we need for Edan to survive. His knowledge of magic is superior to anyone's. If there is any person capable of solving the problems we face, it is the Pilgrim.
They say so. Where can I buy armor like
Can I
yours?
buy armor like yours?
Ha! You can't simply buy a warlord's armor. You don't even have the rank of a cultivator, let alone that of a warrior. If you want warlord's armor,
Why not?
slow down, friend. First prove to me that you would be a good cultivator. So, make yourself useful in the city, and we can talk about better armor for you.
Let's assume I help you out.
Yep.
Yes?
What kind of special tasks would you have for me?
Special tasks? Why would you figure that I need someone who can do more than just the usual?
Because I see what's going on here.
Is it that obvious that we have some problems here in Goliath?
Yes, it is. The fish rots from the head down. Oh, that's
Yes, it's
a
apparent.
little bit too evil.
I have to admit I underestimated you. At least you're observant. It also takes guts to confront me. So you really want to help us out?
Yes.
There are many things to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Our people are dedicated, but we still have supply shortages. Food, medicine, machine parts, and other equipment. there are too few cultivators in the fields. Speak to the people here, and they can tell you where your skills are best used. Earn their trust, and you may earn mine. And if you're planning to join us, then I will have a very special task for you. A lot of people come to me
If you say so.
to join us, to climb the ranks. You look like you have ambition. You earn my trust, you'll go far here.
Do you think the Berserkers can stop
We're just clicking through all of that
the
dialogue stuff, so it's
The
gone.
Berserkers raised Dedan from wasteland to forest. This is our home, and we will hold it.
I heard you had taken heavy losses.
War takes its toll. The clerics fought us, the outlaws have raided us. Now we must face the elves. But the Berserkers' roots run deep into the ground.
There's actually a funny story about the war between the Berserkers and the clerics.
With magic, with self-belief,
Because quite frankly, the Berserkers, even with their magic, normally don't have a single chance against the clerics. Because the clerics are the only faction that can actually stand up to the Alps one-on-one, or could in the past. And something very funny happened there. I wonder if we will find all the documents about that during the game. Probably not finishing that today, but we'll see. I'm not gonna find Angry.
Look for him in the warrior's quarter, near the Mana Shrine.
Where is the warrior quarter?
That would be near the Mana Shrine. If you wish to find something in Goliath, take your feet out of the door and find someone else to be.
Well, thanks for that.
How we should...
Oh, this isn't a war of our choosing. They attacked us. Then they sent a party to construct a converter in the north of the dam. You'll find the metallic ruins of it there.
We actually
The
walked
soil
past that
around
thing.
That monstrosity holds the bones of the elves that came with it. Since then, they have raided rather than trying to hold ground in Edan. But who knows where and when they will strike next? Here, or in Tavar, or Ignadon. The war has hurt them, no doubt. Even their own kind has rebelled. There's a group of elf separatists to the north. They continue their love of Elex machines, but they are fighting their own kind.
So we have a special
Correct.
job.
Then listen well. You
Let's
must have
see.
sensed it out there. That things are changing. That something is happening. If we are going to survive and prosper, if we're to stand a chance against the elves,
Alps.
I need to know what's going on there. That's where you come in. I need information about the other faction. Any information would be useful. If you could bring me a report from the port in Tavar, that would be very useful. So, be it the outlaws, a trip to the Dome City in Epessa, or word from the clerics in Ignadon, I need information. Bring me a report from at least 2 cities.
Okay.
That's a lot to ask.
You know your way around the wastelands. You survived out there. So you have the skills I need. Plus, you aren't one of us. So you can blend in better with the other people.
That's a good consideration.
Wanna join us?
Actually, it's pretty weird because the
journey will have dangers.
thing is that I think you can even join the Berserkers without doing that quest in particular.
So, what will it be? Will you prove yourself? Impress me, and you will earn not just election, but favor, promotion, honor. We don't trust the secrets of our magic to just anyone. If you want such rewards, you need to earn them.
Okay, so that's that. Now we need to walk up. I actually think that the world in this game is really, really big, and even those cities, I mean, they could probably be a little bit more lively, but they just hit a sweet spot for me, at least, when it comes to the size of how big everything is. Because the first time you play this game, it can actually get really confusing where you have to go and where you can go and where everything is. Right, simply because all the stuff appears to be so big. And then once you figure it out, you actually get very used to how the game.
You should come with me. see something
Works
more
out.
than
I hate
Goliath.
this Thompson guy. He's an
With
idiot.
all the wounded there are these days, we can hardly keep up.
That's more of a reason. If we keep doing the same things, this war won't end.
Nothing we can do will end this war.
Someone has to do something. Doing the same thing again and again, it's insane.
But what can be done that the warlords haven't done already?
We can take a risk. Isn't it more important that we win this war rather than how we win it? Come with me. I need someone to watch my back when I go look for some supplies. And I know I can trust you.
I can't leave. Stormson, Caldron is counting on me. And there are so many wounded.
Yep.
You patch them up. I want to give people a chance to fight back. If I can pull this off, you will have fewer wounded to worry about.
I doubt it. What I find interesting is that these guys suddenly have guns. That's a little bit strange. So yeah, get a little bit of fried meat. Because we can't cook anything else anyway right now.
Hey, did you know there were some weapons brought back here to Goliath? Energy weapons taken from the clerics? I'd be interested in getting a look at them. If you know how I could get a chance to do that.
Be careful. You know I could get you exiled for even asking about that.
Yes, of course. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Listen, what I need is some help. Let's be straight. You recently tracked down a pair of cleric weapons, didn't you?
Is that an accusation?
This is a small town with lots of big mouths. There aren't really that many secrets. So, have you given those weapons over to the pit? Or do you still have them? I know some people who would be happy to pay for them. The berserkers don't want them. Clerics do.
I can't give you the weapon. You think it's wrong to forbid?
Some say Elex fell from the sky
That's
as a
curse.
Others say it's a blessing. I think it's for each man to decide which. Will you give me those weapons? Of course, of course. I can offer you Elexit if you give them to me. That would only be fair. And should you wish to learn more about technology, I could point you to where answers can be found.
That's a little bit of a difficult one, because this guy is not a berserker. But I usually chose against it, but I do want to join the clerics, so... come on.
I'll see
No
the
risk, no
weapons.
fun. I never did that before.
So, no, think of this as a finder's fee. I'll make sure these get back to the right place.
You don't think technology should be forbidden?
Look at the people here. They want to change the world, but they're doing it one handful of soil at a time.
You're staying here although you don't like it. There's something wrong about you. Tell me the truth.
Okay, you seem to have figured it out. Well, it's safer here, behind these walls, than out there with the mutants. Particularly if you don't have an energy weapon. I was traveling in Edan with a comrade to scout for men and material. We found ourselves cornered by some mutants. I was the only one to survive the attack. I ran like there was no tomorrow, and left my weapon behind. I'm glad they found me and brought me to Goliath. Besides, there are things to learn here. The more people I can convince while I am here, the better it is for everyone.
So,
That depends what you want to buy. Traders need to be authorized, and what they can sell is restricted. You'll need to look elsewhere if you want energy weapons, or anything more advanced than a hand-sharpened
Sharp
stick.
stick.
And whatever you want to buy, you'll need to find the shards to pay. Say, you look like you could do with something to eat. Take this as a gift.
Thanks.
is there anything else you don't like about berserkers?
Don't get me wrong, the people here can be fair. They help those around them. And there's the wonder that is berserker magic. And if you follow their laws, you will find acceptance here. All of which is
But
1,000
just wait what
times
happens if
better
you
than
don't.
you can expect from the outlaws. people of Tavar might as well be mutants, the way they turn on everyone and everything. What I don't understand is the hatred for clerics here. Wars of the past are long gone. The enmity should be buried. Certainly the clerics believe differently about technology, but that's no reason to hate them. Is it?
It sounds like you've learned a lot about the clerics.
What about you? Are you going to pledge allegiance to the Berserkers? Run off to the outlaw way of life? Or follow an interest in technology to the clerics?
I'd like to know more about the clerics.
Is that so?
Yep.
You want to learn of Kalan and the technology he offers those who follow him? Well, the journey to Ignadon wouldn't be easy, but you would be welcome there. I can guarantee that.
Tell me,
You know about the comet that struck our planet? Well, back before the impact, Magellan had technology that could take you into space, or to the bottom of the ocean.
so,
So the clerics want to see that golden age return. We don't want to abandon all the things our people achieved. The clerics think that with Kalan's guidance, technology can sort out this mess of a planet. That it can mean
It's not too stupid of an idea.
for all the free people. Wisdom guide.
The thing is, this guy won't actually take you anywhere. Like, you cannot expect this guy to bring you to Kalan, I was thinking, to Ignadon. Ignadon is the region up there. Right, like all of that, and let me see. Contact, what was that? It was Outpost. Right, there we go. This is the boss of the clerics, and this whole region here is Ignadon, and that whole region here is where the Alps live. That stuff. What else do we have? Ragnar, William. That's pretty much the deal, but it's not what I'm looking for. Well, anyway, let's just run around a little bit here and let's meet some people. By the way, this is the Mana Shrine here.
Welcome to the Mana Shrine. Have you been sent here with a task? Or are you here in search of a healer? Speak now. Or have you taken a vow of silence?
Nah, definitely not. Don't trust it in religion, what the fuck.
It sounds like saving our world. The only work that matters. This is the Mana Shrine, where Elex is turned from poison to nectar. One day, all Elex will come here, and Magellan will be free from its influence. Until then, we must contend with the danger here. The power released from Elex can make the shrine a hazardous place. Please, be careful here. The power of Elex. Tell me, who are you? You've not said what you're doing here. Something brought you here, didn't it? You were drawn to this place.
I was an Alp, but I'm free from Elex now.
I was an Alp, but I'm free from Elex now.
Then you are an Alp, no more. It is Elex that turns a man into an Alp. Without that poison, you are free to make your own choices. You have told me who you were. Now we will find out who you are. Please, understand, whatever feelings are new to you, every person faces that same struggle.
I honestly like this guy because he's just so, you know,
She is dosed with
friendly. Normally, telling someone that you were an Alp could have caused them to kill you instantly, and this guy's just like, dude,
You must feel the
oh, it's fine now.
to your bones, the power it offers. Resist it. One sign of you giving in to the temptation of Elex, and I will be forced to report you. If this world gives in to Elex, it will consume us all.
So,
Transmute. We transmute Elex. We place the Elex in the Mana Shrine. There is something in this mountain, the way the rock was changed by the comet. As the Elex passes through, it is changed, purified into mana. If you bring anything that has been altered by Elex close to the shrine, you can feel it.
You're comfortable with an alb living in Goliath?
An alb is a man who has become a slave to Elex. It seems to me that you have freed yourself. That makes you a rare individual. Still, you are wise to be wary. There are those here who would kill you if they learn your background.
True.
But though it is not one of our written laws, it is central to our beliefs and to me that we should give all those who wanted a second chance. If you are prepared to leave your past behind, you should be given a chance. Are you willing to do this?
I want to leave my past behind.
Not much choice,
That is
right?
good. Now, Angrim or Ragnar will happily chew your ear about the law, but everyone else will look to your actions.
What do you do with it?
Our mana is everything. It is life itself. It is mana that allows us to do magic. No other faction of the free people can do that. The mana potions we make give us that ability. It makes our warriors stronger, more powerful than any of the Alb's machines. But it doesn't just make us strong, it also makes the world blossom. Look around. All of this is the work of our world hearts.
World hearts?
World
Yeah,
hearts
those guys
the
are basically
center of everything.
grown plants
The heart
that are
of the
filled with
surface.
mana.
They are plants we enrich with mana. They bring the soil back to
And
life.
once those plants reach a certain age, then they can bring them out into areas that are wasted or that don't look exactly like this weird forest that we live in right now, and then it will turn that forest or that place into that forest. And that's what World Hearts do. Now there is some sort of dark secret behind that the Berserkers are not aware about either. But in order to find out about that, all the backstory about the hearts, you really have to search through the world and find certain areas that are not mentioned in any story part or anything. So you can't just get a quest and find that region through a quest. You actually have to go there by yourself, by exploring the world, and then you can find some documents and some information about certain things that the World Hearts do that are not all that well known. Right, they're not just making the space livable again.
Will you
Gladly.
Then it'll be mana.
What?
Right, he has mana, he has mana potions, he has instructions to make warrior amulet, amulet of charisma, healing potion, mana potion, small healing potion, and a ring of defense. Requirements goldsmith, okay. So, small mana plant, and let's move on. What I really need are those cultivator loaves. It's not that they're particularly rare or useful, but you need them for a quest later on, and that quest is quite annoying.
Hey, watch it there!
I hate it when people mess with my stuff.
You think the armor in this place makes itself? Well, you wouldn't be the only one, but let me tell you, it's not true. Damned hard work makes it. My damned hard work. So don't get in my way.
what's so good about it?
Quality, skill, years of practice technique. And as you go up through the ranks, you're eligible for different equipment. As a cultivator, you'll be confronted with different challenges to a warrior or a paladin. So for cultivator armor, I make sure to give you the freedom of movement needed for working in the fields. But a warrior's armor must be robust, better able to absorb damage during combat.
No, thank you very much, Monster Cookiemon.
I am only authorized to hand out. A cultivator isn't allowed to wear the armor of a paladin. That armor goes with that rank and that honor. So, if you want a set of it, you'll have to work to earn it.
I'd like...
Pick your armor, shoot.
So, the funny thing is that this guy is selling you like really high-end equipment very early in the game. And what I was thinking about is that I never actually try to use two-handed weapons in this game. The reason for that being you actually need quite a lot of stats for that. And you cannot carry a shield with you when you're carrying a two-handed weapon. The advantage is the two-handed weapons do more damage. But like I said, I usually got around with a one-handed weapon, like a horn sword or something. And I could actually afford that right now. I cannot use it, but I could afford it. And so I am kind of interested in using a warrior sword, or basically the equivalent that I can get for that. Here's a war shield, for example. You do find one as well. But first things first, I think it's kind of important to get your hands on good armor. So we need strength and constitution up in order to get that. That's what we're going to do. We also have to find out if we can actually sell something. Casket is just worth 40. We don't find many of them, that's why I'm selling them all. Now let's see.
Take that tick to the pit. It should be disposed
Right, we have 20 attribute points and we need a strength and constitution, I think. So let's first check out this guy here, because he's a teacher, at least for now.
Another damned outsider. We ought to lock you up until we can ship you back to where you came from.
Piece of the wall. I like history too. We actually have a big piece of the wall, like 2 meters or 2.50 meters high and 5 meters wide piece of the wall in front of our company, in front of our company's headquarters. So if I want to touch it, I could just go there and touch it as well.
I'm here escaping the Alps.
Escaping them or spying for them? You should be fighting them. The only good Alps.
Not many people from the east, I can tell you that.
The clerics gave us the Alps. The Alps come here building their filthy converters. They foul our soil, kill our people. The only thing stopping these bastards killing every last one of the free people are the hooded crows.
Sounds like the Alps.
They won't stop until everyone is dead. It's always us berserkers who are taking losses. 10 hooded crows on the last patrol alone. All good men. Now, I'm asked to make up my ranks with outsiders? Yes.
Yeah, and here you can actually learn stuff. And the first thing you notice is, when you look at how the learning works, you need learning points. You get 1 learning point per level up. That's that. Or skill points, how you want to call it, doesn't matter. And then you also have to have the correct attributes. And to make it even worse, you need a shit ton of money. And that's really annoying. The most important thing that you can ever learn in this game is animal trophies. And that's the first thing I'm going to do before I get any weapon or anything else. I'm going to learn that. Because this matters a lot. Later on. Those 250 Elex, that you're going to get that back in no time. But you need 15 intelligence, 15 dexterity, and that's about it. So I'm going to do that now. Oh, wait, oops, not too much. And apply, and then we can actually learn that.
Teach me.
Yep.
And as you see, our survival level went up as well. And the reason why this is so important is simply for the pure fact that you get more items from killing enemies, from killing monsters. And this will matter a lot in the end. Not teleporter. Nice. Let's see if we can still afford the better armor, because I still think armor is more important than anything. Yeah, we can. We're practically broke, and we also need better constitution for that. We could get this one though. Workers armor, but I'm really think it's a bit difficult of a choice, because you will lose a lot of money for doing that. But let's just do it, because we simply need some better equipment.
To the pit. It should be disposed of.
Doesn't look too shabby. One of the oldest libraries in Finland, that's nice. Do we have anything particular rare in there? It almost gave.
Another one? I swear if security had been this lax in the days of Eric Eisenfaust, we'd all be clerics. What are you seeking here, stranger? Safety? A new start? Meaning? All those things can be offered to those who accept our laws.
Would you let me stay here and become a berserker?
Finding new recruits is part of a warlord's duty. You will find Goliath more open than many places.
Letters from
We offer
Sars, that's
protection
nice.
to those from outside who understand that Edan is working to help Magalan. Stick to the laws, respect our ways, and you will find Goliath welcoming.
I think there's one rather nicely illustrated handwritten Bible in Finland as well, isn't there? I think there was one very famous one that was really nicely illustrated and everything.
Tell me.
Steal, lie, cheat, kill, and justice will be swift. But our laws are more than that. Berserker laws tell us who we are. Millions died when the comet hit. Our whole species was headed for extinction. And you've seen it out there. People are doing their
Oh,
best
Dusty and
to
Stuffy
finish
can be
their
really
job.
nice, I think.
War, chaos, Elex technology. What chances have they given us?
Yeah, over here it's basically
Rebuilding what was lost.
required to visit a concentration camp when you go to school.
Berserker
At least
laws were
once.
created to help us achieve that.
That's not too nice.
What are the berserker laws?
They were laid down by Amrek, who founded the Berserkers. They put people who
Can't remember if we ever went into a real normal museum, you know, like a normal history museum in school. Usually when we went on school trips, then this Underscores and I would do that by ourselves in the free time that we had, because nobody else wanted
All
to.
pure Elex and technology made from it is forbidden and must be placed in the pit. Our third law states that world hearts are sacred. No damage can be done to them or their seedlings. The fourth law says mana must be preserved.
I always find it funny that the spirit looks almost like it's made of dry sand or something like that.
And we must use it sparingly. The fifth law states all free people are equal. All must be given protection when it is asked for. All may repent their ways and join the Berserkers. Now, as a warlord, it is my job
Well, I mean,
to
it's
keep
far
the laws
away,
in the Pilgrim's
because
name.
I think Finland is not all that big. Sorry, but I think you could have a chance to go down a weekend trip or something like that.
What happens when the law is broken?
The warlords will hear evidence and pronounce sentence. Trade without a license, steal or cheat, and exile will follow. Break one of the 5 laws, and justice may be harsher. Our laws preserve us, and so we must preserve the law.
Cinda's.
Cinda, is there another problem with food supplies?
She hasn't received the resupply she needs, and nobody seems to know when she will.
Well, that's close.
Didn't Jorah sort this out? Or has his failure to fix things become my problem?
What does Jorah have to do?
Jorah was supposed to have sorted this out. Once more, it comes back to me to resolve this directly. Then, there won't be any more escorts for the deliveries. The last group I sent were killed by a troll. We haven't more men to lose that way.
A troll killed your men?
Good men. I fought beside some of them. Being eaten alive was not the fate they deserved. I'll not send more men to their deaths. We have scant enough as it is. Cinda will have to deal with this problem herself. Tell her it is time she called on one of the other clans for help. The Ison clan will no longer risk lives for fish and meat.
Yeah, it is something I always find funny about this guy. It's like, oh yeah, that's our only food supply that we really have. And I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to think about a better route or anything like that to avoid the trolls and the really evil monsters. No, 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 no. I am not going to do jack. The other clans have to deal with that. That's quite hilarious to think about it, right? Because he can sit there with his fancy armor, his fancy bow and everything and just starve to death. There's our guy, Duras. And this is where we can find another guy from another clan, Cormac. He's actually really nice.
I hope you are being treated well. Goliath has always opened its doors to those who need shelter. These are hard times, and war grows suspicions. As for me, I think the free people should work together in this war with the elves.
Will I have trouble here?
It will mostly be talk. People gossip about incomers. If you want the people here to trust you, then help them. Once they do,
Yeah, true.
they will open their doors to you. You will have a place to stay. A chance to become one of us. And they will likely reward you for your trouble. We Berserkers believe in second chances. It's your choice whether you take that chance or not.
Who are you?
I am Cormac, warlord of the Hammer Clan.
The Hammer Clan.
Each of the clans has its own calling, and ours is magic.
Excuse me.
A gift given to us in our time of need. Proof that this planet needed a guardian, and that it chose us. We can channel power through our bodies, and battle the machines of the clans. The power mana gives us seems limitless, and yet it seems so normal now, doesn't it? It's hard to remember that magic is only a generation old. We have only just started our study of it. And the Hammer Clan has made that study our purpose.
What do you think about your
What do you
laws?
think about your laws?
Our laws bind us. They tell us who we are. How we interpret them, that is where we can do better. Death and exile shouldn't be the only sentences. There should be reward in repentance. Leniency could save us valuable people.
You think other...
Dedicated, not harsh. And sometimes dedication can blind us to other ways of thinking. Just imagine, if we Berserkers could enhance the cleric's energy weapons, or the outlaws' explosives with the power of mana, who could stop us then? Now, Angram would say that giving into technology would destroy us. But I wonder whether holding on to the laws too tightly would do the same. After all, there were those who tried to stop using magic. They said it was against nature. Now magic is all that defends it. Whatever my thoughts, the laws we have now are the ones we must follow.
No, the focus from clouds.
Give any group a name and they'll use it as a cause for argument with others.
That's true.
But, while there are always differences, we are all Berserkers. Anyone who forgets that needs a swift reminder of their true allegiance.
You have traitors here?
Not traitors. Troublemakers. People whose mouths move faster than their minds. You think we should use the law to silence anyone who thinks differently? I say they need to be convinced that our cause is best served if we work together. I've been saying that over and over, but it seems some people have stopped listening.
Maybe they will listen to me.
Perhaps. You could do me a favor and talk to Elder. He's been speaking out against the Ison clan. But I'm not sure of the reason behind his anger. You will find him living with the other cultivators down in the cultivator house.
I'd be grateful if you can find out the reason he's upset, before this bad feeling escalates into something else.
See, this is why I like this guy, and he can also teach you a little bit of combat skills, like melee weapons. You can see 500, Jesus Christ. And this is one of the things that will increase your damage. It's 20%, 10%, 20%, and 30%. A little bit different for heavy weapons. I think that's 5, 10, 15 or something like that. And then you have attack strength that increases your power of your strikes. You have parry strength. You have, I think, heavy punch does special attacks. Yep. You can upgrade the damage you do with grenades. You can get a jetpack attack. You can get bonus against mutants, machines, and all of that. So rather nifty, and that's the reason why my second playthrough never finished, because I was trying to level up everything that I could, which is rather interesting indeed. So let's see, that's a guard. Back here is a workbench. I only figured that out in my second playthrough actually, that we have a workbench over here. There's a hammer. Yeah, and whenever it says forbidden, then you're not allowed to take it. Anyone sees you doing that. Let me try something. Okay, nobody noticed that.
You had better leave. Yes. Better if you go, believe me.
So much for nobody noticed that.
What do I...
Ask, help the people here,
Mm-hmm.
and they will give a good report of you to the warlord of their clan. Some are overburdened, or are doing
Yeah,
things
exactly.
that are not in line with the law. Lend them a hand, and uphold our rules.
And that means...
Don't do anything for...
Is there...
You seem to take this serious. Since I can't pass off my duties onto you,
Yep.
you will have to make yourself useful in another way. The cultivators are constantly bothering me with their requests. That needs to stop. Oh, and Erdor hasn't sent back any reports from the World Heart lately. Find out if he's all right, and if he needs anything. As you can see, there's always something to do here.
Where?
To the south of Golia, down the path. Chances are he's just busy tending to it. But I don't want to leave that to chance. We cannot afford for anything bad to happen to it.
That's his wife.
Hello. If you want to rest, you should find yourself. And if you are hungry,
Thank you.
welcome. I hope you have been shown kindness here. To foreigners, it may seem that we only live in a manner that is in accordance with the law. But we have a place for any wanderers and lost souls.
Have you ever played this
who
game,
are
Monster
ready to
Cookie Mon, by the
swear
way?
off their old lives. So
Because like I said, to
wherever
me
you
it's
came
actually
from,
one of my
your
favorite
help
games of
is
all
welcome.
times.
What's the point in us
Played this more than
seeking to build the
116
world
hours,
if
which
we
is the single most
continue
played
fighting?
game by me on
We
GOG,
need to build
and
one world
I just like it a
together.
lot.
I hope you can see that.
On my second playthrough I would usually just click through the dialogues because I know all of them.
How long?
I was born here, and I can't imagine a better place.
What's so good about it?
As Eisenfaust said, of all the places and all the people in Magaland, the planet chose us to give magic to. And Eisenfaust wasn't exactly known for his poetic side. With respect for all his great feats, he was a bit of a miserable bastard, to be honest. We have organized our lives around the essential things in life. You do not need everything you think you need.
I could get...
Good. Good. I would wish that for you. You will find safety here, and purpose. Ragnar will help you find your place. He can sound severe, I know, but there are pressures on him, and he wants the best for us.
What is the...
A rare relic of the old world, hey? If you want, go up to one of the higher balconies and have a look at the view. You will get an idea how beautiful it must have been here before the comet struck. It seems the people of the old world understood the value of that even back before the Great Fall.
True.
Why do you build them?
This place might be a good choice for defense, but it doesn't exactly connect us with nature. We all need to be rooted in the natural world. We all need to remember our place in it. You, me, all the people here. We are all part of Magellan.
Is there something you...
There are always things that we do, and helping out will gain you notice.
Yep.
Of course, for the highest ranks, we must all look to the warlords to be promoted. Ask in Goliath, and you'll find tasks to match your skills. But there is one thing I need help with. Though, I warn you, it could be dangerous.
Could be dangerous.
Tell me the task. I can handle it.
Confident without the details. You'll get on well with the warriors here. Our scouts reported that a few clerics were recently attacked by mutants. Let's just say that despite all their technology, the clerics came off worse. But the weapons they left behind, they could cause a great deal of damage in the wrong hands. I want you to collect them. You'll find him at the pit. He and the...
I can't get the weapons. Someone else has taken them already.
And from your expression, I can only assume that this unhappy circumstance has something to do with you. You're lucky it's me learning this. Angrim or even Ragnar wouldn't view that news well. Still, what is done, I suppose.
How... Tell me the...
Do you mean, is there a deep, dark secret?
Rivalry and assassination to rise to the top.
Rivalry and assassination to rise to the top? No. I'm afraid it's a tale of skill, ability, and dedication. He was named Berserker when he was a teen. Served his time in the fields as a cultivator. He was seen defending the seedlings from mutants, and was named warrior on the spot. When he was a child, Ragnar met Eisenfaust, and I think that left its mark. He wanted to be that man, and he is. Just with more of a sense of humor.
Just more sense
In
of
their
humor.
hour of need, the Berserkers call for another Eisenfaust. And in Ragnar, I believe they have him.
Yeah, that's that. Normally you would do that quest for her.
How am I doing?
My wife doesn't
Oh.
trust me. That doesn't give me confidence in your motives for being here. You must do more. Earn those pledges.
Damn it. So that's what happens when you sell those guns. At least it gave us some shards, which is kind of important. I think Duras has a quest for us as well.
Well, I've been given a job by Warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Tell me.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliath a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Askor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say? His name was Askor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. Ragnar had high hopes for him, but Askor wasn't popular. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone. And it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Askor's body rotten up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome it, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Askor to point to who might be the murderer.
I'll find.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to... Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let this go. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
What do you want?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Askor. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Yeah, he doubts it.
I find them.
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
And
you're a stranger here.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side. Tell them you're investigating. They'll answer your questions. Let me know if you need help. Remember, my sword belongs to you.
And that's a great thing about this quest, because first of all, let's activate that teleporter. Pretty funny, they have 3 teleporters in Goliath alone. And then let's try to move on.
A diary. The cover says it belongs to Kral. Lots of written pages, but I don't know what to do with them. A diary.
Yeah, really shame. I think Kral was one of the suspects. We have to find some mug there. Unusable first aid kit. All of this stuff sells, and we're definitely going up there at one point in the game too. So why the hell not? Oh, Alva. Since there's no reasonable way to go up there, you can actually just use teleporters. And they work really well. It's so good that I have that.
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of the dam. But if Ragnar's right, so Ragnar drew up a list. No idea why these 5 exactly, but a group of people who were out. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Avessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen, a hunter. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Eardor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Eardor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliath at the time. We're a team. We're a team.
Strange. Normally I should actually be able to click on him and then he should would follow you. And that's a bit strange. Anyway, let's see for the quests that we have. Yeah, free as a bird. Actually wonder where that puts me. Still, wait, Something's wrong here, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Stolen equipment. It's actually funny that you can accidentally bumped into him the first time, because I didn't notice that there was a quest where they would actually tell me where to go, and then when you activate this one, for example, you can see all the dudes and where they are. Right, there's Barin, then Ildor and Garen. And the guys are funnily enough up here. And the place where I want to go before I do any major questing is actually this place here, because just set marker. And let's see if we actually manage to get there. Because the reason why I want to go there is there's actually a teleporter there that will bring me to Ignadon. Sounds a bit stupid. I first thought it is a bug in the game, but this is actually the way it's you're supposed to get to Ignadon, because you cannot survive going to Ignadon by yourself. It's simply impossible. If you walk up on foot all the way up here and up there, and then you try to get over here, and you have to go all the way to here from down there, and that's nearly impossible. I did it once when I was further into the game, and it doesn't really help your cause, trust me. You go to the Dome City first, that's easier. Because then you can just teleport there and you don't have to worry about all the strong mutants and all the monsters and all that stuff.
Kill that mangy brute!
Whoa! Oh fuck. I think I screwed up. Oh, for Christ's sake. Yeah. Load game, quick save. I honestly have no clue if there's any way to disable auto-lock on friendly guys. Because that's so annoying. Every time when you have events where where your friends get attacked and then friendly guys get attacked, and you try to fight and you overshoot because they're attacking as well, and then you hit them, and then there's really nothing you can do about it, because that is not counted as a crime for some reason.
Fucking monster!
Sometimes makes sense to just use a bow.
These fucking mutants. They're so desperate for Elex, they even try eating the mana from the seedlings.
Yep.
All that work, ruined by damn rot boars.
Mutants eat Elex.
It's like a drug. They need it. If they don't get it, they die. They'd rather go without food than Elex. That doesn't help me keep the seedlings alive, though. That's my task. I look after all the seedlings here. Wait a moment. You look familiar to me.
I've seen you somewhere before.
I've seen you somewhere before.
You must be mistaken. We've not met.
I didn't say we'd met, just that I recognized you, but no, you couldn't be him. I mean, what would an Alb commander be doing here in Golan? I mean, what? You just decided to stop conquering Magalan and hang out here with me instead? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, you do look really like him. You should be careful. If someone else recognizes you, thinks they recognize you, then you'd never get back to the Ice Palace. Watch out for them.
So that was right. Oh, nice. Cultivator's Loaf. I totally need that. The thing about this quest here in particular is you can actually miss it if you wait for too long and to do too many other missions. Then those guys actually won't appear anymore.
Not now.
So you can lose out on a little bit. Yeah, again, it helped me level up. We're again at 20 points. We have to look into what weapons we need later on. But not just now. So. Where is the guy? There's the dude down here that I wanted to meet before I leave. There.
Hey, are you my backup?
No.
Shit. 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 Shit on a stick. Send Elder on duty. Put Elder on duty. But don't think which furry-ass pinchstick you're gonna send to back him up. How the flying set of syphilitic raptor bags is one man supposed to guard this area alone?
What's...
Angry? Me? I've been ordered to stand here, balls swinging in the wind, with rot boars loose out there. With albs crawling around in the undergrowth ever since that raider crashed out to the west. Oh yeah, why would I be upset? Because I can't think what I've done to be left here, so I can have my manjos gnawed off by a pack of mutant canines. It's like they want this town to be overrun.
You don't need to worry about those rot boars anymore. They're dead.
Dead? Oh, great. That's perfect. Now when their friends turn up, they're gonna be really pissed. You know, rot bars will eat anything, and I mean anything. I need some damn backup. Alvar was supposed to be guarding the seedling field. But can you see him? No, because that lazy duty-skipping strip of an ass rag has disappeared. You couldn't go and find him, could you? If I'm gonna die, I might as well do it with company. I was hoping you could start by asking. He's probably on duty over... If anyone knows where Alvar is, it's Drogue. Nope.
I found Alvar.
Oh, great. What excuse did he have for...
A pretty good one. He's dead.
He's dead.
Excuse me, what? I asked you to bring him here, not kill him.
Well, I didn't. He managed it himself. He took a chem overdose.
Asshole. Couldn't even say chem's right.
Do you know?
Me? I didn't even know where Alvar was. But I hope someone finds that drug-beating stretcher Raptor gut and puts him out of our misery. I'll have to risk it and go to Cormac myself. And hope I don't get exiled for abandoning my post while I do.
What I do.
Thanks for taking care of that. Good to know some fly-bitten wanderer I've never met before cares about me more than my own superiors. Take this Elex, and the humble thanks of the mighty warrior they left in charge of a whole sector.
Eldor, I've heard you're causing trouble with the Eisenclan.
What about it?
Do you have a problem with the Eisenclan?
It's not me with the problem. It's that self-important pinchstick Orin who has the problem. He won't serve me, or anyone else from the Hammer Clan. You want to do a 10-day stretch of guard duty and then find out you can't even get a beer at the end of it?
Has he only banned the Hammer Clan?
As far as I know, and selfish as it is, who cares if he's banned anyone else? I'm worried about my beer.
Yep.
What's all this got to do with you?
Cormac doesn't want conflict between the clans.
Well, someone needs to speak to Orin then. It's that self-important sack of ass grapes that is the problem, not me. You get him to change his mind. And let the Hammer Clan back in the tavern. That will sort everything out.
Yep, houseband. It's again, the Oran dude is the guy who owns the tavern. And we save the game, so we can actually attempt to go to the Domed City and at least activate the teleporter. We still don't really have the equipment we need. There's lots of dangerous stuff on the way there. The biggest problem I have is that there are some enemies that can actually kill you with one hit. And they're fast, okay. Fuck. As you can see, I get 2 claws and a bone and raw meat. If I didn't have, there's loaf, give me that, thank you. If I didn't have the animal trophy skill, then I wouldn't be getting that much stuff. I think I would only get the bone and the raw meat, if I remember correctly. So I don't think I can actually fly over there. Nope, that didn't work. Another rather important skill, now that I think about it, is... So... I can't remember, I think it was survival as well. Stamina, there. You need 30 constitution for that. Oh, that's not going to be easy to get right now. Because upgrading that stamina skill will give you much more versatility. Oh, right, look at those guys there. You don't want to fight them. At least not with a rusty old axe. Could be dangerous. Oh. I think there are reavers over here. Where am I? Oh yeah, that's not good. We're right in front of the converter. We really shouldn't be here. Ouch. Damn beast. I think there's poison over there. Yep. Oh boy. So let's see where we can get here more ridiculously overpowered monsters. Holy shit. Yeah, like I said, navigating around here is not all that easy. Whoa! Whoa! Damn it, damn it. Ooh. That creature that we were running away from was a real rock boar, not the weakened one or the sick ones that we've met before. I'm not really interested just yet in getting to them. Let's see what we have over Oh, the dead cleric.
And discover the truth.
More propaganda.
This is me, Herbert, broadcasting from the orbit to bring.
Good old Herbert. Plasma cells. Don't think we can hack that thing.
That didn't work. That didn't work.
Oh, there's a decent chance that discarded message actually has the information that we need. Okay. They write the info on the wall somewhere. Because usually when you have a code like that, then there's something written on either the building or there's a document inside. Something like that. Can't seem to find it.
That didn't work.
So we just leave this. See if we can find something later. Search those ruins here, or there's something up there. Good
We are
message.
sorry. This decision was not easy. When you hear this message, we will already be long gone. Kalan is the better solution, even if you see it different. Go south if you think it's safer there. Follow us if you want a future. We survived the downfall, but there is no life here if you have to fear being attacked by mutants or lawless reavers.
True.
There are rumors of a city in the south, but this whole world is full of rumors.
Ah, there's the domed city, by the way, where we want to go to. So let's see. I always hated there's so many strong monsters up here. I think even that creature. Oh, it's just a run bite. Ouch. I think it's also quite evident that killing monsters is not really getting you anywhere. Right, they give you like 10 experience and hundreds of experience to actually get to something. Well, that's a big problem in this game. Let me check. We do have food, don't we? We have fried meat. Get this here. Ah, there he is. You get 5 experience. Really, killing monsters is not the way to get on with this game. Holy shit, there's a re-rep. Ooh. Run.
Commander Jax, I was wondering if I would see you again.
Oh boy.
You stopped taking Elex. You look different.
Have we met before?
Not personally, but every Alb knows of your achievement. Everyone heard of your crash.
We were told you had been executed, but recently I heard rumors of someone who sounded like you. I began to suspect you were still alive.
Why aren't you with your unit?
Seems like we've shared similar fates. I've been cut loose from Zekor. I can't go back. I have to find a new way to fulfill my destiny.
Are you with...
Those idiots don't even know what they want. They are weak, overcome by emotion. They've abandoned the hybrid because of primitive fear, and with no idea what they will do instead. Weak, stupid, emotional. While I have had to leave Zekor, I believe in the hybrid. It is through his insight that we will survive. His powers will bring order to Zekor. So why aren't you still a loyal commander of Zekor?
I still don't know the full but I failed a mission for the hybrid. There were Albs there, ready to stage an execution. I was fortunate. I fell from a cliff and they presumed I was dead. I've been trying to recover my strength and get answers since then.
Yep.
Then your executioner also failed. They will have to execute him when they discover that.
There. That's my story. So now it's your turn. So tell me why you left Zekor.
I believe there are ways to make owls
Stronger.
But there are ways we can share.
This guy is really sick.
The collective mind is part of the hybrid strength.
Yes, but I did my own research into shared minds. I experienced what it is to be an owl, a true owl. But my efforts weren't appreciated. They rejected me. They drove me from Zekor. Now, I must live in exile.
They would...
Yes. Look, you're in exile, I'm in exile. Here we stand, the two of us, both superior to the owls that serve the hybrid. You and I, we should be the ones to decide our fate. And theirs. So, the only thing that matters right now is taking the heads of the owls who are hunted. Once I have them, then I can think of the future. I want them dead. And I want their heads.
Cut their heads off? That should scare others.
You can't scare owls. No. If I get their heads, I can read their minds to learn how they plan to capture me. Help me. And provided you help.
You really think you can read them?
If you bring me their heads, yes. Find my pursuers and bring me their minds.
There's no way this can work.
You sound like the Albs. Are you still under the hybrid's
Oh
control?
boy.
Or can you think freely?
I'm sorry, I'm clicking through the dialogue a little bit quicker because
Position.
it's really a little bit disgusting.
You fight for my cause, I will...
Good. Then soon I can fill myself, and we will know them. You should tell me where to meet if we become separated.
I have a camp in some ruins west of Goliath.
Very well.
Follow. If... You should...
Yes.
Great. So at least we now have a companion. Normally I wouldn't move on over this area this quick. And just stay in the camp in Edan. Do the task. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, 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 leave me alone, please. But since I really wanted to go to the... I mean, we're 2 hours, 15 minutes in and we haven't done all that many quests, right? We have only done like a handful or so. Bought some armor, not even... There's a troll down there, by the way. And I've not even bought any real new equipment except for the armor. Oh, crap. Where was the teleporter? There.
This teleporter is active. It appears to be connected to another near the Horde in Ignadon.
Exactly, and that's the easiest way to get to the Horde of Ignadon in the beginning. Now the question is always, do you really want to do that? Because obviously it's not getting any easier up there. But if you're doing it right, you can actually do the missions up there very easily. You just have to ignore that one woman, because that's... in the beginning I said there's no timed quest. It's not exactly true. There's one timed quest. And if you're not doing that fast enough, it can get rather nasty. Like for real.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Where can I get an entry ID?
You can't. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision, the full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them?
Have there been any Alb attacks here?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere. But they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Alexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it.
Now admit it, the cleric armor looks really awesome, doesn't it? And their helmets are really cool.
Alexiter Calyx. So he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. He must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like you're a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and anyone close to you killed.
There's a certain amount of truth in that.
Halt. Not as known as a...
Ah, crap. So let's see. Let's first save the game, and I will go on a short break. Because I actually have to pee. So let me just add my favorite text. And I'll be right back. So, I'm back. And let's get back to the game. Let's first see. Maybe I think before we go to Ignadon, we're going to do the task those guys have, or at least accept the task, because we don't think we can survive it just
I know
now.
who you're talking about.
Something like that.
Welcome to the camp of the impure, where the poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
What do you want?
We don't want anything here. We want to be in there,
In
the
the city.
city, as the law says we can, as the law says we should be. Those clerics are supposed to uphold the law, yet here we are. The gate's closed to us.
I want to get...
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes, I went to the gate.
And you got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Just get me in there.
All right, all right. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Who is Coop?
He's an acquaintance of mine. He lost his ID and got stuck in there when they sealed the gates. Anyway, we're off the point.
Yup.
You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But, once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
Sounds like a deal.
Deal.
Good, right. That's the plan. Long term. You see, Wick has all the blank IDs. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth scavenging there, and hasn't come back. You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get into the city. Just look through all the houses. He should still be there, scavenging.
Mission anyway. So
I
let's
don't
go
even wanna know.
to Ignadon. Just so we're there. The main thing
Don't mess
is,
me around.
in the beginning of the
I'll mess
game, what
with
you
you.
really want to do
There are
is you want to
reasons for us to-
activate as many quests as possible, because later on there might be some things locked for you. That's something to take note of. For example, the in the Berserker camp there's usually nothing locked, because you pretty much activate everything right in the beginning. And on the Outlaws camp you can usually do most of the stuff as well. Some of the main story quests for joining the Outlaws are locked once you join a faction, but that's it. In the Horde things are different. There is actually only one reseller there, or two practically, but one that has all the stuff you want. And he will not sell stuff to you if you join the Berserkers before trying to join
Stranger,
the Horde.
not another step. You're walking on the holy ground of Kalan. The only people allowed in here are clerics, recruits, or traders with permits.
Where am
You are in Ignadon, at the Hort, the stronghold of the clerics, the repository of Magellan's knowledge, and last bastion of the free people against the threat of the Owls.
So how can I get in?
Sorry, I thought I made that clear. You can only enter the Hort if you are a cleric, a recruit, or you have a trading permit.
Can you recruit me?
No, I am not authorized to recruit new acolytes.
I want to become a cleric.
Find a suggester who considers you worthy. There are suggesters recruiting across all the lands of Magellan. Perhaps you've not met one because they don't consider you worthy. But if you want to look, try Raynor. He is recruiting men throughout the Bessa.
Here. Is this it?
I'm going to pretend you didn't try to offer me
Oh,
a bribe.
damn it.
That sort of thing might work in Tavar, but here in Ignadon, it's an insult to my honor. Although, it has given me an idea. Accepting charge is forbidden, but if you could take care of some business for me, that would honor Kalan. And perhaps persuade me that you entering the Hort was for official business.
Okay.
You have a deal. Tell me what you need doing.
Good, right.
I can't talk about this now. There's an inspection due. But we'll talk later, all right?
Unless you've got any questions about the Horde I could answer for you, then you can go in. Well, you can go in after you've had my briefing. You won't find Kalan's commandments too strict. You should know that anyone bringing initiates into the Horde will be responsible for them. All initiates must be clear of mind. chems are forbidden. Anyone found taking them will need to report to the Suggesters for re-education.
Yep.
All who are clear of mind must hear Kalan's words. All must adhere to his wisdom. And tell others of it. For we need to recruit. We've taken losses in our battle with the Alps. And now the Berserkers and the Outlaws are trying to take advantage of that. Which is crazy. If we fall, then who is going to stop the Alps sweeping all the free people from Magaland?
He does have a point
Those who
there.
wish to join us must come to the Hort to train. The successful ones become acolytes. That's it. Briefing over. You are free to move about Hort.
That was easy. So that's all you really need to do to get in there. You can also get yourself a training permit, and I think there's also, like, if you met this Reiner guy, he's walking around around the world, then you can also get in. But then again, like I said, it's usually pretty funny that they would block you from going in, and then you just have to do one click, give 80 shards, and then he gives them back to you. But you do have to do him a favor later on, which I think is a little bit problematic. I don't think he wants nice things from you. And let's activate the teleporter. Thank you.
Any asshole caught stealing will be sent to the Suggesters.
You'll send me to the Suggesters?
Of course, their methods are more effective than anything else. You won't re-offend after you've spoken to them. And I have to look after my stocks. We're low on resources here. I can't go wasting them on thieves. And sure, it would be great if every acolyte could get the armor we make for paladins, but my supplies are limited. Only those who have acquired that rank can get that reward. Right you are. I'll show you.
Exactly. So here's going to say you have stuff like a Regent Sword. And I think that's a one-handed weapon. Let me look here. Flamethrower. The flamethrower is actually a really useful weapon in the beginning of the game. Or it used to be. And then they nerfed it. That was so horrible when they did that. And you can see, for example, the laser rifle. Then you have burst fire and all of that stuff. But you do need quite a bit of stats to get there. Alright, so that's that. We have a miner shirt. Mechanic shirt. The mechanic shirt is pretty much similar to what I have. But as you can see, it's much more expensive. And I don't have the money for it anyway. So we sorted that out. Now let's talk to the big boss. See if we can get some quests in.
So, here is the Wanderer I've heard about.
You've heard of me.
I know everything that happens here. So much so that some have taken to calling me the Eye of Kalan. I am Rhino, Judicator. I stand watch for all those in the Hort. And the Hort stands as the guardian for all of Magaland. Such a duty requires vigilance. It means I must ask of everyone who comes here, are you friend or foe? Do you come here to gain the blessings of the clerics, or to oppose us?
Yes, I want to become...
Yes, I
cleric.
want to become a cleric.
Then Kalan will welcome you. Good. I can see potential in you. Let us hope that this potential can be realized. May your time in the Hort be peaceful and productive.
Tell me.
Judicator Johann fell on the battlefield.
Oh.
His is the highest honor. May Kalan have mercy on his soul. Judicator Ulbrich is responsible for the defense of the dam and all operations outside its borders. His is the grave duty of overseeing the war against the Owls. If you have any intelligence that might help him in his duties, you will find him in the upper halls of the cathedral.
Tell me more.
What would you like to know?
Tell me.
People who are new to our ranks are welcomed as an acolyte. Acolytes can learn the art of suggestion.
Suggestion is
train
really
and
funny
learn
once you
the
learn it.
fundamentals of our way of life. The same applies for our legates and paladins. Each new rank brings new advantages, obligations, and privileges such as equipment.
What?
Because we are the last bastions against the Alps. Our strength, our faith, and our technology are the only things that can stop them. Where the outlaws profit and the berserkers roll in the dirt, we have knowledge. The knowledge to make the world into what it once was, and much more. Join us, and you can participate in our knowledge, faith, and our technology. Arvid himself left behind this knowledge. The gathering of old world knowledge, and the order to further it, was his greatest gift to all who have followed him. It has given us the machines that allow our way of life to continue. It has given us the technology we need to be ready for the next challenge we face. So, as you see, science and religion do not have to be mutually exclusive.
What's happened?
Kalan is wise, but mysterious. Through the prophet Arvid, he warned us of the comet and the downfall of our world. He laid down the foundations for the clerics out of the ashes of the old civilization. To Kalan, knowledge and wisdom are sacred. It is through knowledge and understanding that we can find our way to the infinite skies and the true understanding of ourselves.
Infinite.
A place of true enlightenment and salvation. Kalan teaches us that the comet's fires will not be the only challenge we face in our quest for survival. If we are to save the people of this world, we must teach them Kalan's ways, that we must work together and gather all the knowledge we can. Because when the next catastrophe strikes our world, only those who have been prepared will survive. I am a judicant. I oversee everything in the port, from punishment to initiation.
Explain.
Well, Kalan's commandments are simple and fair. They are rules to be found in many places, but to us, they are sacred.
It's almost sacred to everyone.
Physical assault, murder, the dealing of chems are all punishable offenses. You may face a fine, re-education, or for the worst offenders, execution. And of course, your soul will pay the price. Stay with us, and you will learn of Kalan and his ways. Abide by the words of the great prophet Arvid, and you will open your way to eternity.
Eternity. Check.
Check. The funny thing about that is it sounds harsh that they would execute you. Because when you were the Berserkers, you noticed that when we talked to the guy who told us about the laws of the Berserkers, they never actually managed execution, they just managed worse. And what the Berserkers are doing if you break the laws is they're going to throw you into the Valley of the Damned, full of mutants and monsters, and then you can try to survive and work there as a slave laborer. So as you can see, the clerics are actually much nicer. They will just cut your head off, so I think that's okay.
So, correct. Initiates are only allowed to join us when I decide they are worthy. And should they complete the tasks that are given to them, then I would welcome them into our community. And every acolyte that joins us can then begin on the path of enlightenment to gain promotion here.
I'm ready.
As you wish. I could use the help of someone who hasn't had time to establish themselves here. Someone with a more objective viewpoint. We've recently had to deal with the sad deaths of some of the faithful who wandered right into the arms of a chem dealer. Every one of us suffers temptation, and all must hope they can prevail against it. But those who deal in misery, who exploit the weakness of others, they are a problem that must be eliminated. Complete this task, and you will open the door to becoming a cleric, a true warrior for Kalan. I had thought we were free of their vile product, but it seems we A large reward has been offered to anyone able to bring them to justice. That should prevent this from becoming a bigger problem. If you think you can find these dealers, I would welcome your insight.
So?
That is the task of the clerics now. Personally, I oversee the defense of the fort.
I really like the clerics, to be honest.
It is Judicator who is overseeing the war against the Alps. Not a task that I envy him. But then at least his work is black and white. There are Alps and there are clerics. While I must decide which category these separatists belong in. Visitors, vagrants, travelers, and enigmas, they are all part of my responsibility.
So now we got that task as well. Let's see. The main thing for me is I want to level up a little bit and do some easy quests, but there aren't all that many easy quests, to be honest. Let's see what this guy has to offer to us. And again, it's always an uphill struggle. Do you want a better weapon, so you need to attributes for that, or do you want, for example, more stamina, which is also important.
With you. What brings you to me? Are you here to pay your tithe? Yes.
Faith serves, Kalan honor us all. But let's get to the point. As the highest suggester, I don't have much free time, as I'm sure you understand. The correction of those who have strayed from the path of the pure. As the High Suggester, I assist the minds and souls of the lost to return to Kalan's ways through suggestion. Kalan's will works through a skill all clerics must learn. The mind must be free from false teachings. The body pure, free of the poison of Elex. Only then can we be at one with Kalan and his community. As a patriarch, it is my job to guide and advise. The will of Kalan clears the mind.
How do you...
Through suggestion, we have developed technology. Implants that allow us to guide the minds of others. It takes training, but it means we can bring people back to the pure path, or suggest to them that they do things that will assist us. It is an art that only the clerics understand.
Can Albs...
The machine components you see on some wasteland mutants? We believe those allow the Albs a measure of control over the mutants.
Actually does.
But it is a crude form of the suggestion we practice here. Some say it is because they are strong of mind. Others that it is because they have been poisoned. But I think the answer is more straightforward. Their commanders are using an extreme form of brainwashing on them already. Their minds are already being controlled.
So that's that.
You do know why that is right.
And this is the weapons store, by the way. And back there is one of the people we do not want to talk to, because once we activate that quest, we have a really big problem.
Right.
Exactly. And this guy will not actually sell anything to you if you're just if you've already joined the faction. That's something to keep in mind. Drone control, I'm definitely going to sell it because it's worth a lot and I never use it. Then we have stuff like claws, for example, here, and then we can sell that. We have bones. We can sell... The rest we're going to keep for now. Let's see. Oil lamps. We only have 2 arrows left. That's not good.
I want...
Right.
Yeah, let's see. Probably have to go back to the berserkers anyway, because we cannot equip any of the cleric weapons right now. And that's another thing, when people say the clerics are overpowered, you also need much more attributes and skills to take their weapons and their equipment. Right, and in the end, like this woman over there, that's not where I want to go right now. Maintenance. This was the building, I think. Let me check. Yeah. Of course, there's another judicator in there.
I think you can just leave it like that.
this guy. He also said stuff
If
hard.
you're here to train with me, forget it. If I see you running around with an holstered weapon, you're going to get a very painful weapons safety lesson. You have to earn the right to train here, Initiate.
Understood.
That is what I want to hear.
So,
I am Paladin Hagen, and I teach more than combat. I teach the art of fighting. Body, mind, and spirit combining into the finest fighting force. Only the purest, strongest, and smartest can train with me.
If you say so.
There's been war on this planet ever since that damn comet came down, bringing Elex with it, and we are the only ones who can end it.
How can I earn?
You take the next step of the journey and show your commitment. The Horde suffered an attack by mutants about a week ago. They came from the north or northeast, and the survivors returned that way. The men I sent after those survivors haven't returned. If you find out where the mutants are coming from, there will be a fair payment waiting here for you. I'll give you the coordinates. See if you can find out what is bringing those mutants so close, then kill them. You're dismissed. Okay.
There you go. Kalan's hammer is also a really nice weapon, but rather expensive. I find it rather interesting that all of them are selling energy shields, because before the last patches you couldn't buy them. So let's see, there are some other quests. I think there's one quest in particular that you can do in the beginning. In here, if you go to the food place. Right, canteen.
Where did they pick you up? You look like you walked through the whole Alb War to get here. Here, take this. It looks like you could use it. Just don't tell anyone, all right?
thanks. The food is appreciated.
Manners, too. I hope you stick around. From now on, though, you'll have to fit in with the daily rations. Once a day, in the refectory. It might not be tasty, but it'll keep you alive. The daily rations are free for our happy family of clerics. Everyone else has to pay.
How long?
I was assigned here when the last food technician sent a dozen men to the infirmary. It wasn't my first choice, but the job came with a promotion, a safe posting, and a complete absence of rippers.
Do you...
Yes, with help from others and our technology. It was join a faction and stay alive. So, glory to Kalan. Yes, there are some issues. Some of our order are a bit strict to the point of being an asshole, and the food sucks, but at least we're not murderous outlaws.
That is true.
Ignadon's rocky soil isn't the best for growing things. So, we have to supplement with manufactured substitutes. Nutritionally balanced, designed for body, and a balanced metabolism. They sort of forgot the flavor.
I can give...
I take that offer of help. But you're right. Maybe supplementing our supplies is a good idea. I know some people on the outside who haven't joined a faction. They could trade with us. Yeah, that would help them and us.
What?
Because I want this done diplomatically. To organize something we can keep going in the future. That means finding someone who understands the people out there as well as those in here. Do you think that's you?
I can...
This will take... I don't want guns waved around. There's to be no bloodshed. But if you really want to make a difference, they put together survival packs with fresh meat in them. They're hunters, you see. If you could get me 20 of those packs, Anything we can get to supplement what the foraging units bring in has to be a help. So talk to them and see if you can make it an ongoing arrangement.
Where are the people?
They've set up a makeshift camp southwest of Fort. Find our outpost out there and go north. You'll find them there. See what they need, and if we can make this a long-term arrangement, right? That will make a real difference.
Okay. I think I'm going to try out that mission. I'm not exactly sure. It's probably going to be the only mission we're going to specifically do. Right, Ignadon. So where are they? They're over there. That's not easy to get to. Because like I said, this area here is rather dangerous indeed. Let's first talk to this guy.
You bought me the goods. I mean, that's why you're talking to me, right? You have the goods.
What good?
Want? Goods! Goods! What the hell is what I... How am I supposed to T-R-A-D-E, trade without goods?
You're a traitor.
I was. Because you know what a trader needs? Goods!
You don't have any.
No, it was the caravan that was bringing them went straight through Ripper country in the middle of breeding season. Guess how that good idea went. The men are dead, but the goods are sitting out there just waiting to be picked up. Unless some outlaw's taken them back to the fort already. Oh, fuck it. This was supposed to be my payday. But if you help me, it still could be. And in return, I can get you into the fort. How about that?
I've only...
Then you want shards. I could...
I'll
Yeah, finally.
Where can...
Head northwest, then follow the road west from there, and you'll find...
Yeah, about those goods. I think they're still protected by Rippers. And even later in the game, those Rippers are not easy to kill. It takes a while before you get strong enough. I mean, you can see that, like I said, we're almost at 3 hours playtime, and we're not nearly anywhere where we should be in a normal game. That's not made by Piranha Bytes. Right, and back there is the place we have to go to, and those are those Rippers, for example, and it's really not easy to handle that. And there's a lot of running you have to do, and that's even true when you do the Berserker missions, because the Berserker missions will, for example, get you right next to a troll, and you can only defeat a troll very late in the game. Those guys are stronger than anything you're going to meet on the way there. There's a lot of truth in that, Monster Cookie Man. Let's see. I believe I know what hunters she was talking about. Those are actually nice guys, but they do have some weird quests. And again, if you do not activate this quest before you join a faction, then she will not give it to you. Right, once the quest is activated, you can most of the time always finish it, no matter what else you're doing. I mean, unless it's directly conflicting, right? Like, save this guy, and then in another quest you have to kill him. That's, of course, not going to help you. Let's see, I think that's a trader, or it's this Rhinold guy, a traveling merchant.
Hello, stranger. You should stock up on supply.
What do
Everything.
There are actually several of those guys running around in the wilderness. And they always have 2 guards. I once managed to get the outlaw trader that is running around. There's always one for one faction. There's a trader from the Berserkers, one from the Outlaws, one from the Clerics. I once managed to get the guards of the outlaw guy killed by accident. So let's see. Here we are.
Are you looking for a place to stay? You, my friend, will survive. You, my friend, realize the power of rest. You can use the beds in our storeroom anytime you want. Sleep, relax, dream of freedom.
Yeah, those guys are a bunch of hippies. Let's leave until morning, recover. Oh, some friend of mine actually did that for study work once too. So let's activate. That is funny because they did actually got a little bit carried away with all of it.
A new wanderer in our midst. Welcome, vagabond. Hello. Here we are in the most blessed corner of the world. Here amongst these rocks, away from the confusion of unbelievers. Here you can be free, at one with the world. I know it might not look like it, but life can be pretty good here. So, I bid you welcome, and
No.
Of course you do. I hope you have chosen your life. Too many times I have seen people crushed as they watch their dreams die.
Do you have anything to...
Yes, of course. We're good hunters.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have, you know, hunting stuff to trade. Food, bits of animals, and the survival packs you mentioned.
I'll take some. They need supplies back at the Horde.
Yeah, no. You see, there is one problem. Animals seem to want the meat we've got. I mean, big, wild animals. We could fight them off with weapons, but, you know, no weapon shops out here.
So, you...
Weapons? Shit, no. We hunt. We trade. We, you know, we're a community. So here's the deal. An old friend is coming to visit soon to sell me the gear we need to, you know. I told him I'll have the shards by then. But I'm missing the shards we need. You help me, I help you. You've helped the community. The community will work it out.
Is this enough?
Not exactly, but keep the rest. I'll get my friend down to this amount. Get him to give a discount. Right, so, you can take what you need once you're in. You think the cleric? He might offer safety, but in joining them, we would have swapped one set of chains for... The only way our dream could become true was to be... While the other factions talk about being free, we want that to be true. We want... Freedom comes with a price. Sometimes literally, and we're sure we need... But before that, we need to get our generator running. And that means finding the right components to repair it. But we need some of those plastic string things you find in machines.
I can find...
You can? If you can find 5 electronic scrap piles, then you should be able to... I had an expert look at it. He checked it, and he said we needed those plastic and metal string things you find in machines.
I have...
You mean the wires?
Nice.
Great. As long as these are the right sort of plastic strings.
Very funny that he has no clue about mechanics.
Well, it works. Shit, you know your components. Thanks for your expertise. You could make a living at this. Here, I haven't got shards, but this might come in handy.
A dream brought me here. Not any chem-fueled vision. An honest dream of freedom preserved. And I want to ship.
And have the outlook.
We've seen raiding parties, but we've hidden from them. Now Baxter's lost the seat in Tavar to the Duke. He'll be looking at getting his fort back, not worrying about a few escapees. He must have forgotten us by now. And so, if you like, you would be welcome to stay and relax here.
Thank you. I will stay.
There is no need to thank me. All are welcome here.
Some good things about this guy. Let's look into the document that he just gave us. There. Unfortunately, I forgot the codes again. Maybe it wasn't a good idea. Like, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let's see, what codes do we have? We have 9981. Oh wait, let me just write that down somewhere. No, take a picture. It will be easier. So 9981. Wait.
That didn't work.
1758.
That didn't work.
Great. 1455.
I'm in.
Nice. Now that I'm part of the community, I can actually take everything that's in here. The thing I don't understand is why there's so many dots. So let's see. 981.
That didn't work.
Can only be 1758.
I'm in.
Nice. And the golden chalice.
I'm in.
Nice. Small blue gemstone, and you can always go back here because of the teleporter. That's great. There actually should be dead animals around here as well, because they, yeah, there they are. And we're going to scavenge that as well. So now we've done that, and let's look it up. Yeah, there's a teleporter, and then we can go back to the cathedral and help out that nice food lady with her supply problem. Always funny that they're doing the same thing here. So there are a couple of quests that you can do here. There's another one where you have to hack yourself into the computers, which I think we can do.
Is that so? I have the survival.
They gave it to you? Will they do it again? What did they want to trade?
They wanted Elex it.
That makes sense. Then they can trade for what they need. Here, I hope that covers what you paid.
Nice.
Call us even.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope we can trade with them again. That way we might all start trusting each other. I can understand it, but you'll have to...
Let's see. I'm a little bit short on Elexit, to be honest. Let's see what I can sell in terms of claws and stuff like that. 25 teeth, that's good enough. 5 bones. You can already see how this brings your Elexit up again. And this is really important. Hallelujah. So let's see how many points we have. We have 30, so that's good. And we definitely need a better weapon. So let's see what we can get. Oh, that's the other girl, by the way.
I can spot the devout. And you don't look like you're here to ask for divine assistance. Am I right?
You're wrong. I'm here for Kalan.
Really? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who didn't want to see the truth about themselves. You know, there is a reason why I wanted to talk to you. For all the thirst for knowledge in this place, people can be a little... focused. They want logic, straight answers. They forbid anyone from looking deeper into things. And that's crazy. I mean, knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom brings you closer to Kalan. So what's wrong with getting some answers? Which brings me to you. I'm betting you have answers, and I'm betting you're the curious type.
Does Kalan approve of betting?
Betting?
Yes. No. Who knows? I mean, some of those texts are hard to work out. Unless you just believe what people say they mean. But then I guess that's why I keep getting in trouble. So, are you going to help me?
Tell.
Have you ever heard of the prophet Arvid?
Yes.
I am surprised, but you probably only know the basics.
The basics.
But there's something about Arvid, something about those early works that doesn't make sense. And I can't work out why. But will they let me in the archives to study his writings? No. I sneaked in. They threw me out. I was lucky to avoid re-education. Concentrate on what's right here, right now, they told me. It is only possible to change the future if you draw the correct conclusions from the past, they said.
So you...
No. Well, yeah, that would be great, but for now, I just need a book. All that I want is a copy of Arvid's teachings. There has to be a written copy, or a recorded copy somewhere. It's just not available to us out here. And that bugs me. So, do you think you can get into the archives and get it for me?
I'll think.
Good. I would like to give you the following, in any case, before you are on your way. I am certain that I can get something from the recordings that will be of use to all of us. Then, maybe, I'll finally understand what our purpose is.
What can...
It's a store of knowledge from before the comet hit. And it is where all in
Yeah, they're basically doing all the stuff in there. It's a big
all
library.
Sorts of information from the scraps of data we were able to retrieve from outside the Horde. So the archivists don't like it at all when people so they will have you thrown out if you manage to get into the archives without authorization.
I will get you...
Thank you.
Any suggestion?
I've been thinking about that. You could watch to see when Carl, the guard on the archives, leaves his post. That might take a few hours. And I, personally... But, hey, he has to move at some point, doesn't he?
I've never seen him move
Or
either.
you could access the security console and put your name... But the simplest and most obvious...
What?
Because we are to serve Kalan in combat and not... They say we are missing the necessary vision to understand his divine message. Maybe it's nothing. Yep.
Yeah, she can teach you personality stuff. But you always need a lot of stuff for that. For example, Experience Hunter is pretty much useless, same with Bookworm. And you need like 50 intelligence, that's not easy to get. Haggler is not too bad. This stuff here is just to give you a little bit of an edge. But it's not worth it most of the time. This is not too shabby. I think they buffed the skill in one of the early updates. Yeah, and usually don't commit crimes. So I'm always a little bit annoyed by the personality traits and charisma stuff. Because most of it is not all that useful. Same with attribute points, right? You need to specifically train attributes or level up attributes that you only need for charisma to get more attributes. That simply makes no sense, and they're still doing it. So let's see. Like I said, the first objective should be to get a better weapon so that we actually do some damage. And then it would be to upgrade our combat skills and get better armor and all of that.
Right.
So let's see. Normal region sword takes 30-30. So we need, I think, a bit more than we have. And it costs quite a bit. What else do we have on the mission side though? Wait a moment, I can't seem to find the quest Reinhardt has given me. Reinhold, sorry.
Yeah? Do you have... Well, I had given Dietrich the task of investigating them, but he doesn't seem to have had much luck so far. To my knowledge, he had slimmed the investigation down. You should start with them.
Finally.
Who did? He can explain his methodology to you, but as I recall, it was a simple... You should speak with the guards who were on duty. Try and get that information as a written report. Anecdote and memory are best. Work. Well, there's Xander. He was on duty at the Then there is the mine guard. And the fact... Have you been to the mine? If not, you will... The factory guards patrol to the north, by the mech production facility.
Are there...
Well, these cases are difficult. Once you find someone who has lapsed into use, they rarely give up the culprit. But in this case, the user let slip the time of the deal. Though we've been working, the user involved though, well, he's no longer, and so we are relying on getting reports from the guards that can help. Let us hope this line of investigation.
Okay, now I have it. Mark on the map, and then you can actually see those guys. So we're first going to talk to Xander because he was going to give us another quest anyway, so that's what we're going to do now. And I sometimes wish the guys would give you more shards. The thing with quests is they give you enough XP, but the amount of money they give you is just not enough. They would have to give you at least double as much as you get to make up for the extreme cost of everything in this game. And that's something I think they never really address, or they were just fine with, to be honest. I thought that's okay. But to me it just makes the game oh so more difficult, especially in the beginning when you're not all that well versed.
What do you know about the...
Well, take a look at this. Reinhold has sent you to investigate, has he? Well, that works well for both of us. Remember? You promised to take care of... Well, I'm calling that in. I want you to tell Reinhold that Siegfried is the candidate.
Why Siegfried of all people?
He's a suspect, isn't he? So there you are. He's a cagey guy. Doesn't share his business. He needs re-education. So you can report back that it's him. Job done. Turning him in will help you and help me too. Trust me, the Horde doesn't need traders selling unregulated goods. So I want you to report back that this trader, Siegfried, is the dealer. Say he's guilty. Job done. And I'll know you've done the Horde a favor.
And what if
I don't think you'll make that choice. That wouldn't... But the decision is up to you. If I find out that you accused Siegfried, if I find out you didn't, well, I'm sure we don't need to consider that possibility. Here's the report I've compiled. This is as far as I've got with my personal investigation. I think reading that will show you the wisdom of simply reporting Siegfried now. Good luck. The Horde holds our mech. I hope we can find more.
I really don't like that stuff, that he's doing this to you. Because it is kind of unfair, isn't it? Like just reporting a random guy instead of trying to find out what's going on. That's simply not okay.
Stop! Where do you think you're going? You are here at the Chamber, the Palace of Sinners. Break the commandments of Kalan and Ignadon, and you walk in and look, well, as it happens, you can. Reinhold recently ordered that everyone can enter to see what... So go in and... If anything will push back the power of temptation, it's what you'll see in there. What is it you want?
I need to have...
So, Reinhold's brought in some more help. I've already written the report as ordered, but remind me, who are the chief suspects?
Siegfried, Hagen, and Oswald.
That's exactly who I wrote up in my report. All that I know is there. Maybe it will help.
Thanks.
So we got that down, and I think now let me look at the map. Yeah, the factory guard, okay. I really like those combat robots. I'm still sad that you cannot get one of those combat robots as a partner to join you. Oh, by the way, dropping down there is really, really not healthy.
What can I help you with?
I want...
How do you know about that?
Judicator Reinhold sent me.
Judicator Reinhold sent you to look into it. Oh well, I suppose he knows what he's doing. Here is my report on the suspects. That's all I know.
Okay, so let's read the surveillance reports. So Siegfried in a machine shop from the morning till the afternoon. I saw Hagen in the mines in the morning and lost sight of him. I only saw Oswald preaching during the evening. Stopped by Reinhold and asked to keep an eye on certain people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to locate Siegfried on the day in question, which is definitely suspicious. I was able to watch Hagen in the morning, but in the afternoon he disappeared, unable to locate him again. I found and tracked Oswald in the afternoon. This protocol subject Siegfried Hagen. Oswald Siegfried watched him from the afternoon to the morning. I was not able to observe anything unusual. Hagen watched him all night. I was not able to observe anything unusual. I was able to observe him in the morning. I was not able to observe anything unusual. Wish for Clan's sake that they would follow protocol. But that's all we have right now. I do think I know who it was. Because I did a quest in the past. Obviously pissed off the guy in the front because it's not Siegfried. Alright, then can look at the map. I think that's still that. Yep.
Kalan's strength lies in...
And so, welcome to the Horde. Your presence here can only mean that Kalan's lot. Open yourself to this opportunity.
If you say
Give
so.
yourself over to the teachings of Kalan.
I would.
Your dedication will be Kalan. Act in his name.
Have you heard?
Only the Judicator Reinhold and Dietrich are... I know that they must be successful. And once the impure are... Kalan will see... When Brother Rayner found me, I was just a wretched pile of misery. I was blind. Rayner built me up. Now, in hope that those words can be the salvation. So I invite you to stay here.
Yeah, let's see.
About the... Yes? Well... No, that...
The problem is that you can't actually view them like the guys you're looking for, right? On the map you only see the guards, but not the dudes. Let's talk to Hagen for a little bit.
Nothing. Just forget.
Oh, welcome back.
But aren't you interested in what's going on out there?
So let's see.
What do you know about the Chemgen?
I know I don't have anything to do with it, and I don't want to be connected to it either. Fighting is about purity. Chems are far from pure. Correct. Only a... But we paladins aren't just warriors, but we're also researchers.
How can...
I only train... And even then, you must want to understand the art of combat.
How can I... Yes.
Yes.
Well, first you have to go to Judicator Reinhold and prove that if Judicator Reinhold accepts that you have the right abilities, that you'll be permitted the honor. That is the true big... Acolytes may become legates, if they have enough training, and it is only legates who have the right to be promoted to become a... If you truly wish to succeed, you need to focus on achievement at every level. That. We only have Judicator Ulrich's war strategy to thank.
Nothing is free in life.
So let's see. Let's just try it out. What happens if I put Siegfried on the line there? I personally don't really care for the guys, and there's no such thing as justice in the system anyway.
Do you really think you're telling us the truth?
What just happened there?
You don't stand a chance. You want trouble, you can have it. Yeah? What? This is a serious accusation you are making. I hope you understand. Thank you for your work. If he is really this, and you shall receive the act in the name of...
Nah, let's load the game.
If even half of that is true,
Problem comes down to why.
Do you really think you're telling us the truth?
And save the game on my fix. Ah, crap. Don't want any special characters in my save games, not sure what happens there. So let's try this again, let's see what happens when we move on from there. And then we can just load the game if it really isn't what we have to do. Just don't understand what's going on here.
Yep. And
Not allow yourselves to be led astray by the temptation.
So let's see.
So, you...
Yeah.
And I hear that Siegfried was the dealer. That's a menace has been removed and made safe. You promised you would take care of business for me? Here. I would like to give you this for the road. I can't tell you any more about it, but the meaning will be revealed to you in time. Keep it until such time as it is needed.
Alright, so he gave you a claw. Kind of saw that coming. I never did a favor for him, that's the thing.
Only those with a
act in the name of Cal.
So sleep a night over it and see what happens. Ah, yeah, it is. I mean, you can see that I'm not doing all that much right now to get through, so I'm just trying to get the missions in that I'm aware of, that they're not all that difficult. But also these white dots on the minimap. I think that's what's causing those guys to go crazy like that.
Act in the name of...
Strange.
You won't prove a challenge.
Yes.
So let's talk to Dietrich. He's in that building, I think.
So, you're here to...
Initiation.
Instruction. Education. A preparation for readiness. My name is Dietrich, and it is my job
Good evening,
to study
Elex.
all new initiates
Welcome to the
trials
stream.
that will face them. But before you ask any more questions, let's get one thing clear. All the free people need to be properly trained if we want to survive what's coming. Those Alves want to destroy us all. I won't accept a lack of discipline. I expect loyalty, hard work, application, and results.
What do you...
The Alves. What? You think they will just disappear tomorrow? And while we are waiting for them, the outlaws are plotting something in Tavar. That Duke has plans. So, we must plan too. Plan and train. If you want to progress, then that's what I need to see. That's what Kalan expects. It is what...
What do you want?
Someone has been undermining the training program we have here. Some of the initiates have been caught taking chems. I mean, it's a crazy thing to do, but some people do it to gain an edge, but end up... I need to find who is bringing this poison. You don't have something to do with it?
You suspect...
I wanted to test your reaction. You'd be tied up and neck deep in jackal shit by now if I really thought you. Remember that. If you get... But whoever it is...
I've already found the camp dealers.
That's good to hear. But we're talking... I want you to track them down wherever they are. In the Hort or beyond. Are you with me?
About... I will find...
Good. My information says that the Elex... There's a recon post there, in the ruins of an old fort. Start there, and turn everything up. If our people don't cooperate, and tell them I'll...
Why do
you... You weren't here when all this, so you can't be... But this isn't just blood. I'll be watching you. That...
So let's see. We got a new quest. The suppliers. Yeah, we have to get there. First and move on from here. I think I know where that outpost is. I mean, I've scanned through all of this game work before, so that's that. I just usually don't do it in this exact way, because normally I would just do all the missions for the berserkers and all of that, and not directly start to join the the clerics. Oh, wait. What's that? I think that's... Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm dead. Yeah. That is good. Remind me to avoid that place. And that's what I mean. This is a broken combat robot back there. Okay. And you have to defeat another one of those for one of the quests to join the clerics. Which is not making it easy, if you, as you can imagine. Okay, those things are also a little bit too strong. Run. Oh, nice. Oh, leave me alone for quite... Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Ah, this is the part about the game where I'm really annoyed, because I don't think there's actually a smarter way to get there. No, not really. I think that's what most people see as the difficulty in this game. It's so high. That you simply have so many enemies that you can't defeat in the beginning. There are actually so many enemies that you can't defeat, it's incredible. There are only very few that you can fight against. And one of the quests, for example, that I'm always looking at is the quest where you have to do this bar fight thing. You know, so that the people can booze again in the bar, and that's not easy because that guy is really tough. Where's the bloody robot? Great, we avoided him. Okay. Yeah, back there he is. Quick save. Now I need to find a way to get past those guys out and take a knee. That worked. Oh crap. Caught fire. Oh, for Christ's sake. Phew, I think I'm safe up here. Oh. Really? Oh yeah, but those creatures cannot spit. Luckily. So let's try this again. Save. It's too close. There's probably nothing over there anyway. Where the fuck am I? And I'm still burning. What the? Okay, this is weird. I wasn't aware that there was a place like this in this game. It also means... Because what I was thinking was that you just have to go over there and we'll be fine. Apparently I was wrong. Yep. I have no clue what's going on up here. Okay, that's definitely the wrong way, so we have to find a different path. We're so close! For Christ's sake! Ouch. The biggest problem I have is that you actually start to burn if you get here. Why? Don't get it. Let's see, maybe we can bugger ourselves up here somehow. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Oh, we have to go all the way around it, I think. It's the only possibility I see right now. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, exactly. It's because of the lava that's there, but I don't understand it because I'm not close enough to the lava. Normally you have to get rather close. But this time I wasn't close and it was still burning up there and I have no clue why. I do know that there is one region in this game that is actually considered to be the edge of the map, where the world doesn't connect. And it's pretty funny because if you go there it's all radioactive, and radioactivity is one of the few things that you can officially protect yourself against, but it's still the one that does the most damage to you no matter what you do against it. Ah, right up there, that's where you have to go. There are other ways to get here, but this was the most direct one. I'm not sure if I would survive the other ways anyway. Oh Christ. Finally there. There is a teleporter here, so we don't have to do this again. That's the first thing I'm going to find, is the bloody teleporter. Because normally when I would
I need the shards. It's as simple as that.
go to this area, I would go from the land of the berserkers, which I think I could have done, would have been smarter. But we're not here for smartness, are we?
The coward just ran away. Sir, I'm here to report for Acolyte training.
I'm not your...
You're not? Oh, raptor balls. I was actually ready for inspection. By the infinite skies, I vow that I will be ready for the next inspections. I don't know what you've been told, but there won't be any more mess-ups. The weapons have been cleaned, and I've studied Kalan scriptures, sir.
What are you...
Fieldcraft. Learn from action. Action builds experience. We face challenges from the unfaithful, both Reavers and Kalan's lesser creatures. Truth is, it's fucking dangerous out here. The Reavers are bad enough, but these chimeras?
I have a...
Yes, but what does that mean? What exactly do you expect? Do you think I'm just gonna pull my pants down and let you search me? And you can wipe your ass with that warrant. I might not have anything to hide, but that doesn't mean you can push me around. So go ahead. The sooner you're done, the sooner you can leave me alone.
Dude, seriously.
They're always hitting on you here.
What brings you here? With the danger of the Alb converters, it's surprising you are safe from the Alb, the clerics. That said, we are short of Elexit out here. If
I'm here on it.
A warrant? What are you looking for?
The clerics and Horde have...
For fuck's sake, then tell them to come out here and show me how to do it better.
Oh, sorry, yeah, but the dialogues are not all that important at this point.
Mistrust. Have your look around. Check what you want. You won't find anything.
Okay, this is getting really problematic with this guy because he's defensive for a reason. But I first want to talk to that boss who is somewhere up there. I think. Yeah. Remember, if you want to get somewhere, you always have to go the weirdest way possible.
Ah, finally. Wait, stop. Just a moment. Where's your identification badge? And why are you traveling incognito?
I'm not your messenger.
No? Damn it. Then they still haven't found a replacement. They must still be short-handed. How are we supposed to fulfill Kalan's will without the men to do it? But I am going against protocol right now. We haven't introduced ourselves yet. I am Dirk, commanding legate of this outpost. And who do I have the honor of addressing?
It's better if you don't know.
I understand. You think I will go and peddle your secrets. But not every cleric is as stubborn to the core as the majority. There are other rules out here.
I'm here on official business. I need to question your men.
Excuse me? What is this order? What is this about?
I have a warrant from Dietrich. You are to cooperate with me.
Dietrich. He doesn't send me a messenger. He doesn't send supplies or reinforcements. But he will send an interrogator? But, very well. Go ahead. Search the place, if only to satisfy him. My trunk code is 4979. There. I have nothing to hide.
Don't you want to know what?
I have nothing to hide. And you have your orders. But if you think someone here is involved in this, then I hope you find them. But think before you make any accusations. The people serving here are loyal clerics.
I'm in.
So now things get iffy because remember the guy I've been talking about before, and I'm not sure if we can actually make it. Let's see if we can. This is about as difficult as the bar brawl, except in the bar brawl he's not actually going to kill you. Again, I'd much rather duke it out with a bartender than with freaking acolyte.
Well, I told you there is nothing. We keep...
If that's the case, then you won't mind me inspecting those trunks.
You can check mine, but you'll find nothing but a few pieces of clothing. But please, here, be my guest.
Let's see what his security code is. $8195. Okay.
I'm in.
I will totally not talk to this guy right now. I will go to his boss and see what he says about it. So I'm almost certain I can't defeat him. If it just wasn't for the lack of money, I could already have better clothing and better armor, better weapons. Oh, fuck. I'm pretty sure I can't just go to Dietrich either. And just tell him it's this guy, because I really don't want to fight him. Nope, I have to.
We'll be off.
Okay, let's see, maybe we can at least get a better weapon before we do so.
Trolls, mantises, raptors.
What
It's crazy to travel out there.
No, not from him. Oh, dude, get lost. So let's see, 30-30. Can we actually reach that in strength and dexterity? Not really. For the weapons that we have, the hatchet is 33, 23. Let's see. Not much better. Now let me check. See if we can defeat him anyway.
We have to do something.
Congratulations. Then you can have...
You know exactly what I found in the trunk. Why would a cleric have a set of outlaw's clothing?
Part of our job here is reconnaissance.
I'll let the clerics know Horde.
That's all you want? Yes, I'm an outlaw, but I'm not an idiot. Look, all I'm doing is dealing a few chems. Nobody gets hurt. The clerics want this stuff. And if you let me keep going, I will give you 1/10 of my earnings.
And what am I supposed to...
Tell him everything is fine here. There is nothing to report. The chems must be coming from somewhere. So,
We're not...
just like that? No chance.
I'll get you.
Yeah. Maybe I can help myself if I get to... if I get arcs with me. That could help. Also, I totally need to sleep for a night.
Follow.
Very. A relic of the past. It won't be long until the Horde is just much of a ruin.
Part? Oh, that's... yes. Look, nope. And you see? Everyone can come... Just like... No, I'll get you.
I think Arx is not helping me at all. Oh. Honestly, could you help me?
You have proven to be out some.
That's not going to help.
You should go.
Let me see if I can actually get some weapons that are a little bit easier to acquire here. Because, as you see, I really didn't do any damage to this guy. Let's see, normal horn sword will give me a little bit more, and it's 28, 28. Warrior sword is 40 and 33, I can't do that. I think I would go with that thing. Let's see if we can get there.
Take that tick to the pit. It should be disposed of.
Wait.
I'd like big.
Strength and dexterity, okay. Really? Gotta be kidding me. No. Okay, so that's not going to help me much. Then again, I think we've been streaming for long enough by now, so we'll probably just call it a day for now and see when I can stream next again. Hopefully on a weekend actually, so we might be able to continue this playthrough and make another game. Let's call it just stream 2, because that's after we watch that one quest, and I wonder how much impact that's going to have. 3 hours 32 minutes. Actually, our total stream time has been a little bit longer, but it's always in this game. I think it doesn't count in when you press like pause menu and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and wish you a pleasant evening and a pleasant holiday for those who have one here in Germany. And hope to see you next time. Good evening and bye bye.